Rewind 2021. There was a parade in my city. Number one pick, dancing in the street. Everybody was hitting the good. Kid arrived in the D, and it was live as can be. They can ball, but we didn't want Green, Mobley, or Scotty B. No, when he got hurt, everyone lost it. Storylines leaking, no faucet. Caught him washed when he broke his tibia. All the haters, time to get it ready, yeah. Everybody wanna be Skip Bayless. Wanna throw shade, okay, say less. Dudes went number one for a reason. It'll click by the end of the season. When he wins most improved player. Gonna be a movie, here's the trailer. Don't say I didn't try to warn ya. Co-signed by Win Benyama.
Kate Cunningham.
He was raised a Texan, but now he's Detroit flexing. Team USA, he was killing them. Got him effed up, let me quote Eminem. Nowadays, everybody wanna talk like they got something to say, but nothing comes out when they move their lips. That's a bunch of gibberish and money lovers act like they forgot about K. Nowadays, everybody wanna talk like they got something to say, but nothing comes out when they move their lips. That's a bunch of gibberish and money lovers act like they forgot about K. Forgot about K, they forgot about K. Forgot about, how you forget about K?
Unmute yourself.
Let's try it again. Detroit basketball. What up, though? What up, though? Thank you for that, boss. Thank you for the assist. Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Downtown Deuce Show with the boss, man. Hope you guys are having a great night tonight. If you guys watch the game, I guarantee y'all ain't mad. I know that much for sure. But boss, what's the word? How you feeling over there?
My cat.
How your dog's feeling over there? Who let the dogs out?
That was my cat.
Oh, she cat made all
noise? She heard me trashing a cat all night, and she thought it was her. But it was really big purr. I feel amazing. I am thrilled. Look, I told you I was nervous coming into this game just because the Nets.
Always nervous.
Oh well, the Knicks wanted it more. They not wanted it more, but they kind of needed it more.
They needed it more for sure.
More. And
what up, Tom?
We just got it all good to go. We finished strong. Oh man.
All right.
I'm thrilled. Yeah.
Before we get into it, let's get into the PSA because we got a lot to get to. But of course, we're going to get to our PSA first. So let's do that, boss, and then we will get to it, guys.
Yeah. So we're just doing, like you guys know, just a little fundraiser for Isaiah Stewart Learning Center this month. Yep. 50% of all super chats will be going to support it. It's an after-school program for grades 1 through 12. Isaiah Stewart co-owns it with Dr. Bernice Green Sr., who has been running it for years, including when Stu utilized the program himself. It just provides kids with homework support, hot meals, transportation, just really big in the community. So 50% of all super chats will go to that. Especially we'll be missing Stu for the rest of the February games. So a great way to just help him out while we miss him, even though we're getting done without him. But I'm excited for him to be back too.
Shout out Stu, man. Shout out Stu for sure. All right, guys. So the All-Star break has come and gone, and we are back to Pistons basketball. And what a way to get the second half of the season for the stretch run started, man. It started off with the Knicks, a familiar foe. This time I was on the road. Like Boss mentioned, we thought this one was going to be a little bit tougher just because of everything that was at stake for the Knicks. And guys, it didn't matter. Third time in 3 games, Pistons, they come away with the dub, beating the Knicks 126-111. Pulling the brooms out on the Knicks, man. Sitting pretty in the East. Best record of the league now. Best record, 41-13. No JD, no Stu, no problem. And I know, boss, Stephen A is probably somewhere crashing out in this very moment, which I love. Because he was talking today all about how important this game was, and you can't let them boys come in here and beat you without they two big guys and yada, yada, yada. Didn't matter, man. Knicks fans got to be sick right now, man. We told everybody, these ain't the same Pistons. These are not the same Pistons from last year. And they are not the same Knicks either. But go ahead.
Yeah, it's exactly it. Like, it's not the same. Even, in the live show, even I wasn't ready. You called the game. You said this is over with 6.5 minutes left. And I'm like, I'm just not ready. And Devon brought up a good point about it, is that I'm just traumatized from past seasons when we've been up and let the lead go. I'm just, I know NBA basketball, but the way that we played, the demeanor that we carried, even when they got close, once we got our lead, we didn't let them get it back. And that's been a theme in our games lately. And that's just something I super appreciate from them, because even when it's close, we know they can pull it out. So we just shut them down again, even after they had a hot start, though it was kind of a messy first half is how I described it in our live stream. Like, it just didn't really look like us. Still got it done. And Cade obviously was phenomenal. And I think, we decided, Deuce will get more into it, but we decided not to do a poll for, the who gets the belt.
That's obvious. They forgot about Cade.
But we do have a poll tonight, so.
Yeah, they forgot about Cade. You know what it is. Yeah, for sure. So real quick, injury report. Ron Holland is back. He played tonight, guys. After missing his last few games, he was back on the court and he looked good. It was good to see him. Glad he's back on the court and in good spirits for sure. As far as suspensions, y'all know, Stu's out, JD's out. Stu's out for the next 5 games. JD returns the next game, but neither play tonight. And we've beaten them now without JD. We've beaten them without Stu. And tonight we beat them without both of them. So I don't see how anybody can look at it. We'll get to it. I don't see how anybody can look at these games and say, with those circumstances, the Knicks have a chance to beat the Pistons in the playoffs 4 times out of 7. Just don't see it happening. So as far as the starters, guys, the Pistons, they went with Cade, Dunk, Asar, Tobias, and B-Ball, Paul. And guys, we see y'all in the chat, man. We're going to try to get as many comments as we possibly can. What up, Tom? I see you, bro. I see you, man. The Knicks get they get the belt for sure. They get the BTA. You already know. But guys, we are launching the poll now. Who do you guys think is the Pistons' unsung hero? So it should be interesting. I love when it's tough like this, when it's spread out like this, when it just means everybody's contributing, right? So
it was hard for us. It was hard for even us because you only get 4 options on the poll. It was hard for us to even narrow it down to 4 because, I mean, but obviously Cade ran away with it in terms of player of the game, but otherwise, everyone else still played an important role. It was spread as another team basketball win. I'm just, I can't wait to hear what the Knicks excuses are this time. Because last time it was quiet. Even though we were out Duran and Tobias, they were like, "Oh, we were out Cat and OG." Well, you were healthy tonight.
Everybody, and you had your new additions, Alvarado,
who both honestly played pretty well. Sochan made. I think that's how you pronounce that. It could be Sohan. I'm not sure, but he did. He's known for his defense, and he did come in and make some defensive plays. So. They did well, but your stars didn't. Their stars ended up finishing okay. Cat only finished with 2 points in the first half. Yes, whistles, even with some of the, the way that we.
Boss is freezing. Boss, you freezing.
Okay.
There you go.
You're freezing for me too, so hopefully.
Okay, you good now? Go ahead.
Okay. No, I was just saying, there's just kind of no excuses this time around.
Yeah.
There's none.
100%. Got a super chat coming in from Attila. What's going on, bro? Says Tolu Smith III gets the belt. Hey, plus the donation. I ain't mad at that. Y'all know Tolu's my guy, man. And he definitely was earning his stripes tonight for sure in this game. So we're going to get to him and everybody else for sure. Before we get to our initial thoughts, we got one more super chat just came in from Damadavi, our guy, showing love per usual. My guy, let me lift myself up so I can get his whole comment in because he has a paragraph again, and I know it's all fast because it usually is. Damadavi says, very disappointed at the defense tonight. We allowed these Knicks finally to get over 100. I'm screaming. That last K3 was so satisfying because they really thought Sochan, however you say it.
Jeremy.
How do you say it if y'all know? Give me a definition, pronunciation. Was a case stopper, they thought. But once again, the Pistons won again. Hey, the Pistons won again. Shout out Gmail Cash. Y'all know what it is. Yeah. This is the first time they've scored over 90 points, Dom. 90. It was 80 the first game and 90 the second game. So they did their thing tonight, scoring 111 points. But once again, we were down JD and Stu. If they're there, how many points do they score then? Yeah. You know what I mean? So I totally agree with you, bro. Great team win. Sochan can't stop. Nobody on that team, nobody really in the league, I don't think can right now, the way he's playing basketball. It ain't nobody who can really put a clamp on him for sure. Okay. And we'll get to that for sure. But Dom, as always, bro, I appreciate your support, man. Always showing love, bro. We really appreciate you, man. And Stu's gonna be aware of this, made aware of this like everybody else. And appreciate y'all, man. So boss, initial thoughts.
Real quick, everybody's saying it's Sohan or Sohan. I'm gonna go with Sohan. It said pronounce the pretend the C isn't there.
The
I'm just
CH
gonna
is
go
silent.
with Sohan.
Sohan. Okay, gotcha. Appreciate it. All right,
That
boss.
sounds
Initial thoughts. What you got?
Oh man.
It's a lot.
I did not like that they got up by like an 8-point lead to start. We had to take an early timeout, which I'm fine with. I was actually just happy that JB took the timeout. I thought it was a good time to do it. Just kind of wake us up. We knew they were going to come out strong. So we just needed our guys to adjust. I didn't love, the first half. Like like I said, it felt a little messy. It didn't feel like our game. We weren't getting out on transition. Most of the game, honestly, the Knicks did a good job in stopping our transition and getting back on defense. I mentioned it multiple times in the stream that, they're not really a defensive team, but they play defense better than they have. But there was some, where they, lacked, and we had guys open in the corner, had guys open and ready because, that's not their vibe. So coming into it, I was nervous. Again, like we talked about, the Knicks they're a good team in the East. So they're kind of due for a win against us. Like, especially you would think with all this talk about them, are you contenders? Are you not? With how we embarrassed them twice already on national TV by winning by over 30 and plus. Like, I don't know. We were able to shut them down even when we didn't look 100% our best, even when we were coming off of over a week break. So
exactly.
It was,
and they started off a little slow. You could see the shots weren't falling. They were a little cold, a little rusty, a little out of sync a little bit.
I agree with 313 Sports Guru. One here, boss, our game is wearing them down. I'm not sure at halftime, after halftime is what I would say, because I agree. Because that's kind of what's happened in all three games is that they're tired. They're tired for some reason. I actually was kind of surprised they played Sohan in the fourth as much as they did.
They were just trying stuff. You can see it like toward the end of the game. Nobody could stop Kate. Go ahead.
And then it's funny because like you can bring in one defender. I think I said this when they originally got him. You can bring in a defender, but it's not going to change your whole defensive identity.
Right.
Like we proved tonight, he did a pretty good job on Cade, but it's kind of crazy. I wonder how he's going to work out there because he only played like I think less than 10 minutes, and Cade was bothering him. He got a foul on an inbound because he was shoving Cade. Cade was staring him down. They were getting so I'm curious how he's going to work out there because.
It's kind of like what Organic said. I think Kate pronounced his name as boom after that three in his eye, and he stared. We're gonna get to that for sure. But I agree. Yeah, this was made to look easy. Go ahead.
Yeah, and I mean that's really all I have to say for it. I just I'm really just impressed by what we did, and it felt really good to do. And just we're 3-0 against the Knicks now.
Sweep. Get them out of here. Thanks for coming. Yeah, for sure. D says the entire arena, everybody who was there, everybody was expecting them to bounce back and get that dub. From Spike Lee to Busta Rhymes, Tracy Morgan, Rick Pitino was in the building. He was probably there for 10 because that's his coach at St. John's. But everybody was there and everybody was sick. By the end of the game, they had already left. They already left. Half the fans were gone. It was crazy to see. Pistons came in there and took their heart, man. As far as what I saw, boss, I'll start with this. I was chilling either way this game. Coming into this game, I was chilling. If we win or lose, as long as we don't lay an egg and just come with low energy, come in there lackadaisical, let them think that they can play with us by blowing us out or something crazy like that, like give them any confidence after this game, I would have been okay as long as that didn't happen. The Knicks needed this game. Mentally, they needed this game. There's a lot of noise surrounding them right now. Everybody saw what happened when they got embarrassed twice. Everybody saying that Detroit is different, whatever, all these different things, who wasn't available. But they got spanked on national TV twice. And tonight they're at home, right? And they were doing it without, our All-NBA big man and JD and our All-NBA defensive big man and Isaiah Stewart. And it didn't matter. All the pressure was on them. And like I said before, I don't see how anybody can objectively say with confidence that they can beat the Pistons 4 times out of 7 in the playoff series. I don't care if it's first round, second round, East Coast. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
JD for a second time and missing Isaiah Stewart too, and you can't even keep it a single digit game. That's how you take somebody's soul. That's how you do it.
I mean, and again, like maybe you give them one because it's just hard to sweep a team in today's league. But
maybe you can get one.
Like we took them to 6 last year, but like again, and we won only by 6. We now have what plus? Let's see, 68 plus 15 is 83. Or plus 83 on the Knicks this season?
Plus 83 on the Knicks. I think it's 69 because we beat them by 38 one game and 31 31 the first game, 38 the second game. So
okay, so
84.
Okay. Well, I mean, and we have one more game. We could be a plus 100 on the Knicks this year.
I thought that was it. I thought they just played 3 this year. There's another one. I thought it was just 3.
I thought
they were saying that was a season sweep.
I thought we always play 4.
We usually do, but you know how the schedules can be sometimes. I think it's just 3 this year, but you can fact check me on that.
Yeah.
But yeah, this was a very much boss of back and forth game early, man. But before I even get there, I just want to say this. As far as these games and these wins, I can already hear people grasping at straws saying, you know, the same thing happened last year. You know, the Pistons won the season series 3-1 in the regular season, and they lost in the playoffs, you know, 4-2. Let me tell y'all something, man. Last year, in those games, none of those games were competitive. The Pistons lost the first game. If you guys remember, they got blew out by the Knicks in the first game. I think it was like 98-128 in the first game. After that, but that was early. That was in November. That was early on in the JB Bickerstaff era. That was very early, right? And he always says you're going to see this team get better week over week, month over month. Yeah. We didn't lose after that. But the games we did win, and here's the difference between this year and last year as far as regular season, is that all the other games were competitive, boss. Right? We won by 9, we won by 5, and we won by 9. All those games last year that we won were single-digit wins. And I think that's the difference. It's like you could come away from that series, that regular season series, saying, well, I could see it going either way. Yeah. Because those games were competitive. But none of these games, for the most part, at least late in this game, were competitive. You just mentioned a plus 84 over 3 games. That's the difference. That's the difference. Regular season is regular season, yes. But you can still tell a lot about teams and where they are in their progression by how they look in the regular season. And so for us to dominate them, because we won by a combined 23 points last year in those games. Combined in 3 games, 23 points, right? 9, 9, and 5. This year, we almost matched that in this game. And this was the lowest as far as the blowout count, right? So that just goes to show you. From 23 last year to 84 this year. That's the difference. So I don't want to hear, well, you know, this happened last year. No, these teams are different now. These teams are totally different now. They hadn't seen this Pistons team last year. This team this year might have swept that Knicks team from last year.
Yeah,
that's how different. That's how different these teams are now. So that's the difference for me. So I don't want to hear those excuses. I already know they're trying to conjure up excuses and reasons to make themselves feel better. But nah, bro. If you watch, even without watching the game, just looking at the box score, you're like, I don't see how this team who blew out this much can beat them 4 times in the playoffs. Yeah. But then when you watch the games, even more so.
Well, that's like, I'm so curious what their excuse would be. It's time for this team to take accountability. You can't blame it on the refs because it was an equally physical game. I just looked it up. They took 28 free throws and we took 20. Okay. So to me, that's not even that huge of a difference, but it tells me that the whistle was either going both ways or, you know, I think the whistle was more Knicks friendly.
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
I just feel like, you know, with our physicality and with their flailing and with some no calls that they did, which I appreciate, like I said, like it was like it refed both ways. So if you're going to do a no call on one end, do a no call on the other, which they did do towards the end of this game, and in the first quarter, I would say. But so like, what is your excuse other than the fact that like you can't play 48 minutes against us?
Mm-hmm.
What's the 100%. Excuse?
100%. I'll just comment too real quick. The difference between a growing team than buying a team, right? Doing it organically, not trading all your young guys just because they're coming along slower than you want them to. Just want to put that out there. Go ahead, boss. Continue.
Yeah, just like I said, like just, you know, I don't know what to tell them. And this is a team that if I'm a Knicks fan, I'm disappointed because you've been getting to the playoffs year after year. You've been saying you're better. This is the year Hallie's injured, Tatum's injured. Okay, you've been at the top of the East. This should be your year. Why you can't beat us? You know, can't even come close to beating us. 15 points is a 15-point win is our worst game against them.
Right.
Nuts. That's nuts. Game. And without Stu and without Durant, and I know, like, I don't like to put that out as an excuse because our guys are so good at the next man up mentality, and I know we can win without them. But like, you're completely healthy. Like, I guess if you want to cry, no Miles McBride, which would be odd.
He's not even
You've known about his injury for weeks now. Like, he hasn't been a factor in your scheme for a while.
they
So,
take Alvarado over McBride anyway, being real,
agreed.
for what they need.
Yeah.
And it didn't matter. It didn't. And boss, I was saying before the game started, like even if the Knicks won this game, in order for them to mentally win this game, it had to be convincing.
Yep.
It had to be convincing because if you're struggling to beat a team without their two big men, right? Mm-hmm. If you win and it's a struggle and you're at home and all these narratives and all these chips on your shoulder and you still barely win, mm-hmm. What does that do for your psyche for when those guys return? That's not a win for the Knicks. Mentally, on paper it is, but mentally that's not a win. So exactly. For them to not even do that and still lose by double digits, yeah, it's gonna be tough for them. It's quiet over there. It's got to be quiet over there because they haven't even seen us at our best yet. We're still gonna get better between now and the playoffs.
Yeah. I just want to give.
We're nowhere near our ceiling. Go ahead.
His minutes because he's already crying. Regular season don't matter. Okay,
well, that's the thing. You can't have both ways. You can't say regular season doesn't matter now.
I mean, if it was again like you said, if you were losing by 12 or 9, you've lost by 30, 38, and 15. Right. I don't know what to tell you. Good luck.
Yeah. Oh, that's their problem. That's not anything you got to worry about right now.
We have too much positivity to talk about how great our team did today. So
yeah, for sure. But the thing for me, I'm just watching these games, guys. One thing we won't have to worry about going forward, I don't think for a while, when it comes at least to the Knicks, the Pistons aren't going to have any letdown games against the Knicks, at least from an energy effort standpoint. They're not going to come out lackadaisical and not just having the energy. We're going to be like, man, if they'd just played harder for that stretch in that quarter, like I don't. The way they're playing, they're sending a message. Even towards the end of the game, when the Knicks tried to cut into it, you were never really watching the clock. Like, all right, we need this game to end. Like they built the lead back up toward the end of the game. They never let off the gas. They had a stretch where they turned the ball over a few times, but you never really felt like, uh-oh, here they come. So it's just like it was convincing the whole way through after that third quarter, the whole way through. And that's what I like to see. You can see they just want to come out and make a statement every single time. It's on site whenever they see the Knicks. It's on site.
Yeah.
Right. So that's one thing I don't think we'll have to worry about. We know they're going to bring it because when they bring it, the Pistons are just simply better. They're just simply better than the Knicks. You saw the Knicks trying to make a push. We going to run. They make a push. We going to run. Like you said, they were just tired. They don't have the depth that we have, and they don't have the camaraderie. They just brought guys in that they hope can fit in the last 2 or 3 months of the season. That doesn't always work. You got to integrate those guys. You need to have reps with those guys. So exactly. Pistons going to get Mike Brown fired again. I think that's part of it too. Yeah. For as much as people complained about Tibbs last year running his guys into the ground, you at least know they were going to demand. He was going to demand they play defense. He was going to demand it, and we saw for stretches here, but they're not the same team in that aspect either.
Well, that's like to me that just proves that it's not coaching. You've had 2 different style coaches. You've been able to succeed. You're still top of the East, top 3, but you're not finishing the job. Mm-hmm. So to me, that just says that there's something else. And I kind of agree with Devon, who said earlier, and I think I mentioned it to you on the live stream too, is like, they don't really play with heart. Our guys really play with heart. And I know that it may seem that way for the Knicks because I have seen Brunson pop off again. Like they are a team that can get it done. But like, I think Alvarado is what brings that to them. So maybe with a few more reps, they will do better, but I mean, it's clear as day. You can't just keep bringing up the last season. You can't keep bringing up the crossover that amounted to you going to Cabo as well. Like, you can't keep bringing up those things
right
when we're plus 84 on you on the season. And this wasn't even a great start for us. Like I said,
it wasn't a good start.
We played probably the second half of the third and then the fourth, we played like ourselves more so, but we didn't even look like ourselves. It was open season for them. They just missed. Yep. They missed it. They missed out. So
yeah.
Anyways.
Yeah, it's definitely it's spooky over there, man. I'm gonna leave it at that.
Yeah.
Let's get to some box scores, boss, and then we'll kind of go from there. Let's start with none other than Kay Cunningham, man. They forgot about Kay. They're not gonna forget no more. I can guarantee you that. Not on this stage tonight, guys. Kay Cunningham had 42 points on 17 for 34 shooting, 50%, 5 for 11 from 3, 3 for 3 from the free throw line, 8 rebounds, 13 assists, 5 turnovers, 1 steal, and 2 blocks for 3 stocks. No fouls, guys. no fouls in 38 minutes. Go ahead, boss. I don't even know where to start. Go ahead.
Wow.
Take off.
You know that the foul stat line is my favorite to do, and I didn't even notice that. Wow. I mean, 17 of 34 at 50% is incredible.
Yeah.
I mean, 34 shots is a lot to take, but when you're hitting 50% of them, do it. Fine.
Right.
I mean, 42. He was just untouchable. You know, he started the first quarter and the third quarter a little bit slow with trying to find his shot. And then once he got it going, it was over. He found everything he wanted tonight. In fact, to do that with just 3 free throws, which means that minus the free throws, 39 points.
That's just going and getting it.
Yeah. That's incredible. So, and I just want to say, if you minus the free throws from Jalen Brunson's 33, he finished with 27 true points.
How many free throws did he make?
6 of 6.
6? Okay.
Yeah. But again, like Cade Brunson, Cade's also recording 3 stocks, 13 assists. Like
13 assists, bro.
It's just nuts. He was 2 rebounds away from, he had the second most rebounds on our team as our point guard. And he was 2 rebounds away from a triple double. I mean, it's just incredible. And you just saw the firepower in him. He didn't stop, even though we were up, by a lot against Sohan. Like, I love that little ending firepower. He's like, no, I'm not just going to let you sit here and try to, utilize your minutes, your first time on the court. I'm going to make sure that I make it hard for you. Yep. Kate did everything tonight. This incredible finds, shoot, incredible assists. Like, he looked magical out there. I almost thought he was in position for a 50-point if he wanted. I think he could have gotten it if he wanted it. But he shared the ball too. That's what I like about him as a point guard. Yeah, I mean, I have obviously nothing but positive things to say about Cade. He's obviously the pick for the belt. I think I could see her, and that's subjective, because I could see our team giving it to someone else just for grit or effort or something else that they saw. But Cade Cunningham, he jumped past Luka in the MVP race. I feel like.
Yep.
There's no way.
100%.
He's top 3, easy.
100%. No, there's no question in my mind. He should already. Luka has been above him for weeks when he shouldn't have been there. Like, it's ridiculous. It was a legacy game for sure.
I don't think if Luka was on the Mavs, he would be, to be honest.
Okay, for sure. Let me start with this, boss. First player, guys, to record 40 and 10 at MSG since LeBron James in 2009. That one statement right there is a mouthful. That's prime. That's not prime LeBron, but that's him coming into his prime in 2009. That's when he was ridiculous. For him to do that and to do it on the biggest stage, boss. The Mecca is the Mecca, right? To do it in New York, that's where legends have their biggest game. The Jordans of the world, right?
Yep.
Kobe.
Yep.
KD. All these guys have had huge games in the Mecca. Right? Those are the games you remember. And for him to have that kind of performance, barking, just doing everything he was doing, just making his name known, just letting everybody know, I'm here. Yeah. I'm here now. And to do it on that stage in front of the world and to beat the Knicks again, to sweep this, there's so many things you can pile on top of this narrative to have that kind of performance. Yeah, it's just incredible, bro. And I don't even know. The things that he's doing now, like the 5 turnovers, I don't care. And not just because of the 13 assists, not just because of the ratio and all that stuff, because of what he's doing on both sides of the basketball. His defense, again, I always say, you can tell how he's feeling physically by how engaged he is defensively. When he's moving his feet, so many times he just was not letting anybody get to where they wanted to get to. He was staying in front, no fouls, staying in front, playing with his feet, playing smart, not jumping, not biting on pump fakes, nothing.
No, yeah.
What he did defensively was incredible. And the heads up plays too, boss. There was one play in the third quarter. It was a heads up play. Asar nearly turned the ball over trying to get a pass, right? Trying to make a pass. It got tipped. And they took off running without the ball. Cade at the last second saw that they had tipped the ball. He grabbed it, went downhill to the rim, and pushed it to Duncan Robinson in the corner for a 3. That's a 5-point swing. They score a layup if he doesn't do that. And that ends up being a 3 ball for Duncan Robinson. So plays like that, that shows up as 1 assist. That play at that point in the game, That's clutch stuff. That's clutch
I
stuff.
agree. Sorry to interrupt you,
you're
but
good.
I mean,
You're good.
that just shows that he's just aware at all moments. I want to get to a couple things. We also have another super chat, but Jason Peters has asked this question a couple times, so I want to get to it. Jason Peter 2429. Do you guys think Cade was more aggressive today because of some of the comments that was said about him not being aggressive at the All-Star game?
I don't think so, boss, to be honest. I think these guys Cade is always coming to play. But playing in New York, there was a lot of narratives, a lot of talk about, the circumstances being what they were, who was missing, and all these different things. Cade wanted to put an end to that. A switch has gone off, guys, in Cade. Like he's flipped a switch. Like the way he's closing games now, the way he is aggressive all game is something he talked about before. He said before in the playoffs, when they played them in the playoffs last year, that his mindset, he made a slight change to his mindset. Before it was, okay, I'm going to get the ball into the paint, and then when the double team comes, I'm going to make the pass. He was looking to always make the pass because he knew it was coming. But now his mindset is, I'm going to be aggressive. And regardless of what they do, I'm going to make the right play. So if they don't double, I'm going to score. He's just looking more so for his own. He's just more aggressive and not allowing them to dictate what he's going to do. He's dictating what they're going to do. And I think that's a big difference in why we're seeing him, because the whole game, he was aggressive, looking to get downhill. You saw him handling the ball, getting to his spots, counter. And then if the defense came over to him, then he's going to do it. But he was looking to score the basketball and just keep them on their heels as much as he could to make the offense unpredictable. And I thought that was a huge difference that we've seen from him in the way he closed. The way he's closing now is stuff we haven't seen at this level consistently from Cade. He's done it, but not like this. Not where they got to throw Sohan in the end of the game because they're desperate because nobody else on the floor can stop him. OG, and remember, he has never been able to guard. He's always had problems guarding Cade. And he's a great defender. But Cade is getting to a level now, guys, where it doesn't matter who you put on him. And this is without him getting foul calls.
Yeah.
So when he gets to the level of getting the respect, it's going to be scary for the league. It's going to be MVP scary.
And that's how I feel. I haven't seen a lot of discourse saying that he's not being aggressive. Maybe it's on Twitter. I just saw him being normal Cade, and the fact that he's making the right decisions and trying to get his teammates involved when he was point guard in the All-Star game. I think he definitely could have taken over if he had the ant mentality of, well, the ball, if I have the ball, I'm going to score kind of thing. But no, he was the point guard out there that got control of things. I honestly think that he helped them win the first game because when he came back in, they were able to score more. But I think he's just being aggressive because he understands, like you said, like he understands his role in this league now. He wants to not only prove himself, but he's making the right decisions. Like you said, even with closing. The reason that we see him as a point guard, like again, Luka is probably the only other point guard right now that I would say is getting equal points to assists the way Cade is. But like SGA, Brunson, like you don't see them assisting. You see them trying to take the game over. And 34 points 34 shot attempts isn't normal for Cade because he likes to share the ball and he makes the right decisions. But tonight he knew he had it. He knew he had a shot. If he didn't have a shot, he wouldn't be taking 34 of them. And he was also driving to the basket. And, he probably should have ended up with higher than 50% or at least gotten to the free throw line more because some of his attempts, he was fouled. I mean, the way that he was guarded and still able to score 42 points, the way that Sochan and Alvarado were guarding him, if Ron Holland and Asar Thompson laid their hands on Jalen Brunson the way that they laid their hands on Cade Cunningham, it'd be an easy foul. Well, because Brunson would sell it. Cade doesn't feel the need to sell it. He's going to get his basket the way he wants to get it. And if he doesn't feel like he's going to get his basket, he's going to give it to a teammate that he will. So that's where I feel about Cade. But
yeah, no, I totally agree. Thomas here says D-Wade and Van Gundy both said at the same time, Cade is a superstar. I love it. I love it. I love it,
We got to
man.
get to the super chats now.
Okay, let's get it. Let's get it. My bad.
We got a couple.
Okay, let's start with Elton. What up, though, Elton? Appreciate you, my dog. Showing love as always, man. Appreciate you, bro, for sure. Let's get to your comment. Elton's guy says, Deuce, I forgot about you, bro. Cade effing Jordan. The superstar was made tonight. No Stu, no Duran. Knicks bent over backwards. Man, yeah, it was BTA, bro. It was BTA, man. Like, and that's the thing I wanted to say too. We talked about it already, but just him doing it on this stage, boss. He understands what's going on. He's aware. He knows who he's playing against. He knows who's watching. He knows all the stars are out. He knows Jay Williams is courtside. Who's going to be on first take tomorrow morning. He knows. He knows what's going on. So he was like, okay, I'm not gonna play around tonight. And for him to be this aggressive, you mentioned 34 shots. Like, we don't see that from Cade. We don't see that from Cade. For him to do that and still be efficient, he's an ethical player. Like, he doesn't flail, he doesn't throw his body around. He's efficient and he's ethical. But he has that perfect balance of knowing how to be aggressive with his own offense, and throughout the whole game, still make sure he's keeping everybody engaged. Everybody doesn't have that ability to be able to do that. He knows these guys, and he knows how to keep them in the game, how to keep them engaged, and he knows where they like the basketball. He just knows his team. He's a pure point guard. And for him to do what he's doing at this level and playing 38 minutes, doing this in 38 minutes, down the stretch of games, those shots can come up a little short because 38 minutes is a lot of minutes. And especially what he's doing on both sides of the basketball. He's exerting that energy on the defensive side too, and still showing up for you late. And I thought Kevin put it best with what he said, because Kevin said the Pistons personnel needs Cade to play this way. We don't have a ton of scorers on this team. So he knows he has to be the head of the snake, not just getting guys involved in playmaking, but getting buckets as well. And tonight, Elton, I thought he did a great job of that. So I totally agree, man. He looked like Jordan tonight for sure. The way Jordan would take over games in New York, yeah, that looked like Cade tonight. But of course, Cade was a much more playmaker. I'm leaving it at that. Go ahead.
And so I mean, that's why he hasn't had a 50-point career game yet.
Right.
It's not because he can't. It's just because it's not in his game, and it's not the way that the Detroit Pistons play basketball. Like I said, he easily could have gotten that tonight. I truly believe that. But he shared the ball, and he understood the situation. He's just a very aware player, very aware player. And very rarely, I feel like, again, we haven't seen him have to – we saw it earlier this season with a Wizards game, but the Knicks rely on Brunson to take over. They have to get it to Brunson. They have to get the ball to Brunson. Cade gets the ball, and he can give it up. He can give it up because he knows that his teammates are either going to pull through, he's going to get the ball back, or they're going to get an offensive rebound, or they're going to get back on defense. Like, he knows that it's not going to be a big deal if he doesn't take the shot. So I mean, it's just phenomenal. And again, I just appreciate it so much because they described it as a clinic. And I know we've heard that word a lot in the NBA world too, but it really was.
Masterclass.
Because not only did he feed himself, he fed others.
Yeah.
That's what it was. And to get the second most rebounds in the game. I think he finished with more rebounds. Okay, he didn't finish with more rebounds than Cat. He finished more rebounds than Mitchell Robinson. He finished with more rebounds than everybody on the Knicks except for
8
Cat.
boards. 8
As
boards.
a point guard.
He does everything. He does everything.
Insane.
Everything.
We got
and
one
Elton,
more too.
Elton, appreciate you, bro. Go ahead. Hit the next one, boss. We got another one.
Elton too, real quick. I mean, just thank you so much because this is so beneficial for our fundraiser.
Yeah, we appreciate y'all, man. For sure. For sure.
Claire,
what's up, Claire?
Yep.
Claire says, no All-Star game hangover for Cade. Right.
Yep. Exactly.
Right. Came shot out of a cannon, bro. He was ready to go. He was ready to go from jump, man. So once again, there's not too many. Is Cade the most complete player in the NBA? As far as being able to do everything? I think that's a question we need. That's a topic we need to be talking about. Is Cade the most complete player? As to where you say, I need you to do a specific role. And I need you to do this. Now I need you to do that. Now I need you to do this. And he can check off every box. I got you. I got you. I got you. Is there anybody else in the league who can do it at this rate?
The only one that comes to mind, except on the defensive end, is Nikola Jokic.
Well, that's why I'm saying defense. Exactly, because that's kind of where I was. I mean, both sides of the ball. I need you to guard the best player. I need you to go get buckets. I need you to go guard. Just do everything. I need you to get him involved. You know, we need him to get going.
That's another one. Like Jaylen Brown, he likes to argue that he's a great two-way player, the best in the league, in his opinion. I think that's been put to rest. But like, he's also not a guy that's putting up double doubles with assists. Like, he's not.
And he's not the playmaker either.
No. So that's a really good. That's a really good. Because there's nothing that comes off the top of the head, which to me says that no, because you have to think hard about it, and maybe we can come up with some arguments, but it feels like Cade would be far and above. Yeah,
even that's how Jamoke says Ant-Man, but Ant-Man can't facilitate. Ant-Man doesn't play great out of double teams, right? So even if I mean just the complete body of work as a pure basketball player, I don't think there's anybody who was better. As the most complete player. And when you're the most complete player in the league, what does that mean? You're an MVP candidate. You're an MVP player. So that's what he is. Man, guys. Elton coming back around.
You're gonna make me cry. You're gonna make me
Man, I need to
cry.
get like you, bro.
Oh, wow.
Listen,
Thank
we
you.
appreciate you, man. We really
Thank
appreciate it.
you.
I see something I'm going to enjoy here. What did Isaiah Lord Thomas III do? Changed his game to win chips. Y'all don't think Zeke could have averaged 30 a game? Of course he could. I measure you off what you do for your teammates. Brunson, not a lead guard on a chip team, period. Man, bro, you preaching the gospel right now, bro. Yeah, Isaiah Thomas is pretty much a 2010 guy for his career. 20 points, 10 assists for his career, right? But he was just a bucket getter. I'm glad you brought this up, bro. He was a bucket getter early in his career. Chuck Daly pulled him to the side and said, "Hey, man, I know you can score. I need you to get your other guys involved. I know you can score anytime you want, but if you want to win at the next level, you got to make sure you can't win by yourself. If you want your guys to play a little bit harder on defense, and you want them to stay engaged, you got to get them involved on the offensive end. You got to give them a reason to want to play for you, to defend for you, to do all these things for you." And that's exactly what he did. Elton, you are 100% correct, because Zeke was a bucket. He was a bucket. You talk about Sasser, how he was a bucket. Zeke was a bucket, bro. He could do everything on a basketball court. So that's just as important as anything. It's not having the ability, but having the understanding and awareness to know how to make your team better. And that's one thing Jalen Brunson can't do, because he can't play make. They need him to score. If he was 6'5", 6'6", there's no way he'd be a point guard.
Yeah.
He'd be a shooting guard. That's what he wants to do. He wants to score. He just has a ball in his hands. So that's the difference. Great point, Elton.
And I mean, fantastic point. And again, please comment more. We'll throw your comments up. You don't have to pay anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a great take. I want to hear more of yours.
It is.
But Juice and I also, guys, will throw it in the caption. We created a chat this week on Instagram. Yeah. You can join it. It's free to join. There's just rules like, keep it civil and keep it basketball related. Mostly we talk some Lions in there.
I'm gonna grab the link real quick. Keep talking. Go ahead.
But we talked about that. Oh gosh, now I'm forgetting the train of thought, because you said something that made me think of what we discussed in the chat, which was, gosh,
what was it about, Kate? What was it about?
It was about. Okay, well now I can't remember it. Oh man. Okay, well now it just feels like a plug, but I think we'll get back to it. But it was just something about how we're able to get other guys involved, and how it's just more. It's adaptable. A lot of our guys are super adaptable, and you can't say that about some of the guys in the league. And it's not even because they don't. This is what it was. It was about Brunson. It was when someone said, "Do you think Brunson is a forced point guard when he's really a shooting guard?"
Exactly.
I think that Brunson likes to be the number one option. So I don't even think at shooting guard, even if he was still considered the number one option, he would thrive. He likes to take games over. He wants that sort of, heroism, where Cade, he can, but he doesn't need it.
Yep. He knows how to get his without taking off their plate.
Yes. He has faith in his team. He has faith in his guys. And it's something that we've heard over a couple seasons now. I think Tim Hardaway Jr. mentioned it.
Yeah.
Guys, this season I mentioned it. The fact that, like, when you get the ball, you just realize that they trust you to make it. Because we've seen guys miss a shot, and then someone else gets an offensive rebound and gives it right back to that guy. And it's because they trust you to make it. And that's just, like, again, what's gone into our team chemistry, into how we've, thrived. Because even if they miss it, the next play, you're going to give it to them again, because they know what they can do. They're very aware of what their team can do.
Exactly.
So it's
a good point. Good point. Let's get to some comments real quick. I say, Isaiah B. Bird, Magic and Jordan. Yes, for sure. Yes, he is a shooting guard. He's just undersized. Let's see. Kobe's guy. We were talking about this with Eric and King. Can you guys imagine, man? I miss Bean. Like, can you imagine if Kobe was here and he was able to, like, we hear K's going to work with Carmelo. The way he was playing, like, looked like he already has been. His footwork, and it looked like he's been working with somebody, maybe Carmelo. But imagine if Kate had Kobe to work with in the offseason.
Yeah.
I don't know if Kobe would. He probably would now, the whole LA Detroit thing. But imagine if he had a guy like him. Kobe would love Cade. Mm-hmm. He would love Cade Cunningham. The way he plays the game, the way he approaches the game, how he wants to win, how he'll do anything to get it done, how he's a big guy, he's physical, he doesn't foul bait. Kobe would he would love Cade Cunningham, man. I was just thinking about that. If he was still here. Rest in peace, Bean.
Absolutely.
Man. All right, go ahead.
Elton came back through.
Another one? Another one. Oh my Lord, bro. You sure you're not glitching out over there, bro? I don't want you to be giving it to us if you don't want to.
Yeah. Message
Oh
us
man.
tomorrow if you have some regrets, because I mean, this
Yeah.
is incredible.
Bro. No. Seriously, we appreciate it for sure. Let's see what he had to say. Elton says, last one. Last one, bro. Last one.
Yeah, we're telling you.
Cutting you off. To Deuce and Boss, I appreciate everything you all do. I watch y'all after every game. I haven't spoken much because I lost my mother 4 months ago. Oh wow, been down. Y'all lift me up, and I love y'all. Never underestimate the power of your voices. Hey man, shout out to you, bro. Prayers to you, man. Much love to you, bro. Listen, real quick off script. I didn't lose my mother, but I lost my grandmother last year, and it was in the month of September, and it was tough. Like that was the closest person I ever lost in my life. I've known her since forever, right? And I always thought she was gonna be here, right? Just silly thinking as a kid. It's tough, bro. It's tough, man. You have dark days, really dark days. But you just gotta keep going. Gotta keep going. So this has been an outlet for me of sorts. So I thank you guys for allowing me to be that, because it really has helped me. It's been cathartic for me, and Boss, you as well. And I'm glad to know that we've been able to give you some kind of comfort, bro, even if it's just small, because you can't do anything. You can't really replace that. Even time doesn't really heal it, right? So I just want to say thank you, bro. Thank you for sharing that with us, for being vulnerable and sharing that with us. That means a lot. Yeah, I'm kind of getting choked up thinking about it, bro, because I just love to hear stuff like that from you guys. It means a lot that we are positively impacting our community with something that we love to do. So thank you again, bro. Like words can't explain, bro. We really, really appreciate you for sure. And all you guys. Thank you, man. Y'all know I mean that for sure.
Yeah. And I mean, I said in the second one, like, you're going to make me cry. And this one you did. I mean, it's just incredible. And like, again, thoughts to you, to your mother. That's, really tough. So thank you for being here. And, we loved it too. To me, this is just talking out loud what I've always had about the Pistons. So the fact that you guys are here, it's just awesome. And then everybody too, thank you so much for showing him the love in the comments. I'm going to throw some up for you now, Elton. But thank you.
Yeah. Lionheart, I feel you too, bro. Yeah. So listen, like I always say, man, like my wife probably loves you guys now because I don't talk her ear off after games. I get to do it to y'all because I know y'all gonna listen. So we just really appreciate y'all, man. We definitely appreciate you guys, man. Just being here, like we always say, just being here. And thank you guys for showing Elton love too, man, because he's been following me, been rocking me for a while too. When I didn't have that many subscribers, and there was just like 1 or 2 people here. Don was here, Doug was here. Elton was here, right? So, and a few other of you guys were here. So thank you guys so much, man, for just being there for all of us. This is what community's for. This is why we're here, to help each other out, right? To be here for each other. So y'all keep it up, man. Y'all make it's getting a little too emotional right now. All right.
Like, how are we gonna shake this off? Maybe we should check the poll. Maybe we should.
There we go. Nice segue, boss. Let's check the poll. Get my mind off this before I start tearing up on here, man. Can't be doing that. All right, boss. Pistons unsung hero. Who do you think is the winner between Asar Thompson, Paul Reed, Danis Jenkins, and Karis LeVert / Tobias Harris? If you had to pick, who would you say?
If I had to pick, so look, I'm a little bit biased because I think that Karis LeVert had some amazing plays in big moments.
Yep.
I think that the chat picked Paul Reed.
Okay, the chat went with Paul Reed.
Okay.
54% for Paul Reed. 23% for Karis LeVert / Tobias, 16% for Asar, and 7% for Tank, Danis Jenkins. So
okay, pretty.
I ain't mad at it. We did. What did we say? We said before. We said when post suspensions, we were like, I was saying like I think it's gonna be some media buzz at the end of suspension because I think Paul Reed is gonna step up and make his name known the same way Tink did, the same way we've seen other guys do it. I think Paul Reed is going to take advantage of the opportunity too. So we'll see. And all you guys' comments, I totally agree. I totally agree.
Through with all of these guys. Like,
yeah.
This is
Marvin been with me for a while. Yeah. You guys. Yeah. Y'all been hanging, man. We really appreciate that for sure, man. Can't say enough about you guys. All right, boss. All right. Let me get myself back together. You got anything else on Cade, man, other than the fact that he's the MVP?
Oh my God, no. Cade Cunningham, MVP. No, truly, like if we continue our run, there's no reason why he shouldn't make it. Like, look, guys, I'm a Nuggets fan too. They're my part-time team. Because I live in Denver. Love Nikola Jokic. Cade's outplaying him. Cade's improved. Like Nikola Jokic should have been MVP the last 5-6 years in a row.
Yeah.
Cade deserves it this year. And it's the first time I've said that. Like
wow.
Jokic has been far ahead Jokic because he's averaging triple doubles. He's Nikola Jokic.
Yeah.
And you can't even argue like the Nuggets stayed good without Jokic. The Pistons have stayed good without Cade. So it's not about who's, but like Cade is just
it's a lot to hear you say that because
right?
you're literally there. Like you watch, you know the Nuggets better than probably anybody here. Right. And I know you know him better than we do as far as just from game to game, the things that he does, it kind of gets lost if you're not paying attention, right? Yep. So that's the first time I've ever heard you say you said Cade deserves to be in the conversation. You said Cade is an MVP player, but this is the first time I've ever heard you say Cade like deserves the MVP over Jokic. So that says a lot.
And I will, just amend that to like if they continue on this run,
of course,
like if they continue going far, because I think the Nuggets will be like we're the teams with the MVPs in the playoff and the teams with the players in the MVP conversation are all going to make the playoffs.
Yeah.
So just not a regular season.
Yeah.
But again, like we talked about, just the fact that Cade can contribute to a game without scoring 42 points is huge. I think Jokic does similar, but then we talked about it was basically your question that got me to that conclusion of like who's the best all around player and around right now is Cade.
That's what I was saying. Like it's who can do everything on the court. Yeah, it's him. It's him. He's literally the best. Pretty soon, guys, I think it's going to be clear that Cade is the best player in the world. Mm-hmm. I'm not saying it's happening today, right? Mm-hmm. Still got a ways to go. Still got to, accomplish some things, right? Still got to get. But I think at some point we are going to be saying something we have not said about any other Piston in the history of this franchise. We're going to have an MVP.
Yeah,
we've never had an MVP here before. The Pistons have never had an MVP.
That's disgusting.
Grant Hill wasn't an MVP. Dave Bing wasn't an MVP. And Isaiah Thomas was never an MVP.
It's part of the Detroit versus everything conversation. So I do want to say real quick, I know we just kind of recovered, but Elton, my mother also sends her best regards to you. She hasn't figured out how to do YouTube chat, but she just is sending you a bunch of love. So I wanted to share that.
Okay. Shout out to Boss Senior. Okay, I appreciate that. Appreciate that for sure, guys. All right. Yeah. Let's move on from Cade, man. We'll be here all night talking about him.
I know.
Wait, did I see a King sighting here? I think I saw a King. The King sneak in here?
Is he here?
He did sneak in here. What up, though, bro? What up, though, bro? I thought I saw his name flash across. He probably just finished up his video. I know he went crazy over there too on his channel. Y'all go follow him. Everything King on YouTube, my dog. But yeah, boss. Let's go ahead and move it along, right? Let's go ahead and get to Duncan Robinson in this game, boss. So tonight, Duncan Robinson, guys, finished with 9 points, 3 for 6 shooting, 3 for 6 from 3, all the shots for 3 balls, 1 rebound, and that's it. No fouls. My bad. The fouls is your thing. I'm just looking now. I'm paying attention now. My bad. But he did that in 21 minutes, boss. Go ahead. Take off what you see from Duncan tonight.
I'm glad I've influenced the personal fouls there. It's really Wu that got it for me, but they were shutting down Duncan Robinson. Like we talked about, it was OG. OG is a great defender. But not against Cade, but against Duncan, he did a really good job. And we were able to run some plays. Once Duncan hit his first 3 in the 4th, I think it was.
I think it was third quarter, like late in the third, I think. Yeah, because he hit 2 of them, didn't he?
He hit it, because he hit a 3 in the second, and the other second. After not really getting open. And then in the third, he hit a 3. And then the next play, they basically ran a play to get him open. And it was the play that I said that what we should do is Cade should collapse to the paint. Exactly. They should rotate until someone gets open, and they got it to Duncan. I think it was a hockey assist from Cade in that one. But so what he was shooting, he was nailing. Yeah, he was 3 of 6. I think he missed his first 2, and then he made his next 3, and then he missed his last.
That's what it was. Okay. Got you.
Perfectly fine with that. His minutes out there for what he was contributing is also perfect for me. About 21 minutes, just under 21. Honestly, the first time in a while he hasn't recorded a steal, but he did disrupt a few because we noticed that he did disrupt a few. He was out there trying, and like you said, no fouls on Duncan Robinson. Team's target,
right?
On the man that team's target.
Go on,
that's
hunting.
Incredible. So, I mean, not an amazing game from him, but he literally did nothing wrong. Did he have a turnover?
Right.
No.
Did he have one? No turnovers?
So he hit his shots when he needed to. He got open when he needed to. He tried to get open when he couldn't. Good ball spacing. We talked about how there wasn't a lot of ball movement for us tonight anyways. And so, and part of that was because guys like Duncan were shut down. But again, it just goes to show, like, when you target one guy too much, you know, again, they were just trying to defend us because we've been putting up 30 or more on them. So they've got to play defense, and they just couldn't do it enough to get to stop everybody. Duncan was one of the guys that they slowed down, but 3 of 6, I'm never going to complain about. And to me, it just makes me more excited for Saturday because I think he's going to be much more open. And I think they're just fly. They're going to fly.
And that's the thing too. Yeah. Because like Organic says, this game was moving a little too fast for him in the first half. I agree. But the good part about it is, like, you know, we've seen him at times, well, especially lately, be able to play make. They were right there with him. And there was good defenders on him, right? As far as guys like OG, Mikhail, those are guys that can stay in front, even if they close out too hard on a Duncan Robinson, right? They can do that. But I just like that he wasn't turning the ball over in those situations. He wasn't taking terrible shots in those situations, and he wasn't getting hunted out defensively. Like, if he doesn't take a ton of shots, if he's the focal point of the defense out other than Cade to make sure he doesn't get open shots, okay. As long as you're not hurting us, though. If you're still moving the ball, if you're still, you know, keeping your guy from scoring, if you're still contributing, even if you're not having a huge scoring output, just don't hurt us. And he didn't hurt us. No fouls, no turnovers, still shot 50% from the field. Cool. In 20 minutes, yeah, I'm taking that every single time. He's going to have the games where he gets 5 or 6 threes and he's still doing those things. But in the games he doesn't, because he's, you know, on the game plan defensively, fine. I'm just going to take what's there and I'm not going to hurt my team. And he didn't do that at all. So I got nothing but good things to say.
Yeah.
That's all I got. That's all I got on Duncan.
Exactly.
He played well. Anything else on him?
Nope, that's really it. I know the chat's saying hi to King as well. So
my dog. Y'all know what it is.
Yeah.
All right, man. Boss, let's keep it pushing. Let's go to Asar Thompson. Asar, Tasmanian, backbone of the defense. Thompson, guys. Tonight, Tasmanian Thompson finished with 10 points, 4 for 8 shooting, 2 from the free throw line, 5 boards, 4 assists, only 1 turnover, 3 steals in 31 minutes. Boss, what did you see from Tasmanian Thompson tonight?
I saw his defense super pick up. And what I really remember was the assist that he had between, first of all, he like crossed over Brunson and put, you know, revenge. And
his
then
ball handling.
Yes, it looked great tonight. We talked about on the roundtable too with King and Eric Vincent. Like he's been on an upward trajectory since like the start of the new year, I feel like.
Yeah.
In terms of just consistent play. You know, it doesn't scream offense yet, but 10 points on 4 of 8, I'll take. You make your free throws, I'll take it. There were a couple times me and you were like, just finish the ball, just finish at the basket with 2 hands.
It went
into King's argument of like, if you insist on one hand, develop a hook shot, you know?
Right.
But the little things, he started off, he made a couple mistakes early. I forget what they were, but I remember we kind of called them out. Like, you can't be doing that. But he only had 1 turnover. So mistakes weren't necessarily detrimental. They were just more like, okay, Asar. He did have that one where it was late shot clock. It was like under 2 seconds. And I was like, oh my God, like, what is he going to do? And he made the right decision to give it to Tobias. He didn't panic. I was panicking.
Right.
He didn't panic. He got to Tobias for the corner 3. He didn't try to force up a shot. He didn't, but I mean, I think if he just finishes at the rim with 2 hands a couple more times, he would have had 14 points easily.
Right.
3 steals. He shut down Brunson when he could. Jalen Brunson is Jalen Brunson. This was his best game of the series that we've had with the Knicks this season. And he just made some really tough shots over Asar. He was able to get some space from Asar, but Asar's defense definitely picked up as the game went on, and it was obvious.
Yeah. And most of his points came late in the game.
Brunson. That's what I'm saying.
A lot of them did.
I would subtract the free throws and subtract some of the late point threes we gave him and easy shots, and he's closer to 20 points in the game, not 33.
Right.
But and that was just more so because we just wanted the ball back to burn time. We knew that they did try to make a push and it got a little scary. Again, we would have just, I think, twist some stuff up. So we just became a little bit more relaxed then, which is totally fine to me.
Yeah.
Only 3 fouls is incredible as well.
Yep.
He had a good amount of rest. I mean, it says he played for 30 minutes, but he had a good chunk of rest in the second when Ron was out there. He played most of the second half. Yeah, absolutely loved what I saw from Amassar. He also had some big, he's only 5 rebounds, but he had some big defensive ones.
Yeah, he was good in the
When
boards.
and
Yeah,
crucial ones in the fourth, I would say. So
for
happy
sure.
with Amassar.
Yeah, yeah. This is organic says he dropped that dime between 3
Yeah,
Knicks to K for that.
it
That was
so
pretty.
it
Those are
was
the flashes where you're like, man, if he puts it all together,
yeah.
oh my God. Like those are the plays. Crossed over Brunson, snatched his ankles, left him, the other side of the court, basically, and just had made a beautiful pass when the defense collapsed, man. Bounce pass right to K. I was like, K, please make it, please make it, please. Because I want that to be a highlight for Asar, because he deserved that. That was a
Right?
beautiful, beautiful play, man. He made a lot of heads up plays too when the Pistons was it when we didn't score? No, the Knicks got an offensive rebound, and immediately Asar knocks the ball off of Brunson's hip and goes out of bounds. Pistons ball again. Like he just made a lot of plays like that. And there was this one play he made, boss. His anticipation and his athleticism is crazy. If you guys saw it, let me know. It was a play where there was a breakdown and there were 2 guys open. I think Brunson got into the paint and there were 2, and Asar wasn't guarding him. And 2 guys were open on the elbow and in the corner. And Asar was in between both of them. He was guarding both guys. He faked one way, and when the pass went the other way, he came back and stole it. Insane. His anticipation and his skill to be able to cover that much ground that quickly, athletically, is insane.
Look,
it's insane.
Some people are mentioning that he was limping at the end of the game.
He was. I did see him. It didn't seem like it was major to me though. I saw him like limping a little bit because he fell to the floor and he tried to get up and he tried to contest OG's 3. I do remember that.
Rest him against the Bulls. I don't care. Ron Howling can have a field day against Martin Buzelis. So
for sure,
as long as he's back on Monday, but hopefully he's all good. I think Duncan twisted his ankle early, and sometimes when it's like a twist or a quick sprain, it just takes a 20-30 minutes to like feel much better. You have to play.
I just think like if you keep it warm, you're good. If it's a bad twist, if you keep it warm, you're good. Stay on the bike. Just keep it moving. But I think after the night, he might feel it tomorrow morning.
Something to keep an eye on. I didn't see it.
You're right.
So something to keep an eye on. But if he was playing injured, then again, I didn't notice, and he still played great. So
yeah. The ambassador says if he gets a jump shot, he'll be a major. Yeah, because he's showing his ball handling is really. We're not really seeing him bobble the ball off his foot or lose the ball out of bounds. Just a lot of unforced errors. We used to see that all the time in the half court and on the break, where he was just like, "That's a bunny if you just don't lose the ball, bro." Right? But we're not seeing that this year. At least the second half of this year, we're seeing his turnovers come down more and more with his decision making and his ball handling. Like he's got it much more on the string now. Sometimes he moves so fast, it's like but it's like that's just him. So now that he's getting more comfortable with his handle, you're seeing what he's doing against guys smaller than him, just leaving them in the dust because he's just so athletic. So yeah, if he gets a jump shot, just a midi, just give me a 15, give me a 15-footer, give me a Jaden McDaniels 15-footer jump shot. Something consistent. If he gives us that, it's gonna be scary for the league because he's getting better and better. He's nowhere near the ceiling either. Thomas says, I remember Isaiah scoring 16 points in 90 seconds at Kobo. That's what we're saying. Like Zeke could do it, bro. He could go get it whenever. But the 10 assists was more important than the 30 points that he was getting before. So good point. Asar had some mistakes. He wasn't perfect, but I thought overall on both sides of the ball, yeah, he was good. He was really good in this game.
There's someone knocking at my door, so I will be right back. I'm gonna make sure everything's chill.
All right, do your thing. Do your thing. Guys, let me get to some comments before we get off Asar. By the way, somebody earlier said that the defense wanted to put Asar Thompson on Kay Cunningham. Y'all sick for that. Whoever that was that said that, let me know. That's hilarious. Marvin, I like this. Asar, a taller, more athletic Rajon Rondo. That is one of the better comps I've seen in a while. Now, granted, Rajon Rondo was a wizard with the basketball. Like, if he had a jump shot, he could have been one of the top 10 point guards ever. Easy, right? He just didn't have a jump shot. But I do think that is a very good comparison as far as their body type, their athleticism, their quickness, their anticipation defensively, their on-ball defense. That is a good comparison, Marvin. I really like that because that's the one thing you would see them do often is leave Rajon Rondo open for 3. You would see that often. We're talking about counts for but first of all, who's at the door? You straight? It's kind of late to be knocking the door. You got some.
I know. There's some kids that live in I'm in the complex and they they always are saving up for something.
Yeah.
This time it's an Xbox, and I usually give them $5 to take out my trash. And I told them,
Oh, okay.
first of all, I don't have enough trash, and also it's late. Come back on like Sunday morning.
It's kind of late, bro. I mean, I know it ain't 11:30 like it is over here, but it's at least 9:30 or whatever you at.
I know. I don't think they realize that they're cutie pies, and they always are working hard to earn their
hustle. They're trying to get that bread. I ain't mad at them. Do what you gotta do, bro. Do what you gotta do.
Exactly.
What do you think about this comparison? Rajon Rondo for Asar Thompson. I think that's a very good one. Aside from the play, because Rondo was a genius with the basketball. But go ahead.
Agreed. Except Rondo could really kill you on threes. So it just.
You said he could?
Yeah. Wasn't he a good
shooter? Nah. They used to let him shoot the ball. He was not a good. I was saying if he had that, he would be a top 10 point guard. But he couldn't shoot the ball. Oh. That was not his thing.
I just remember hating him.
He would always do that Brandon Jennings when he get to the lane, that little fake behind the back pass and layup. That was his thing. He used to always do that.
He was a rookie when we were coming off of like our championship years, when we were in our Eastern Conference years.
Yeah.
And he just gave us problems. So I just
remember that.
So if he wasn't the shooter that I remember him to be, maybe I'm just misremembering, then yeah, absolutely. Agreed.
Even more so, right?
He was a killer defender. So
yeah, I think that's a good comparison, Marvin, for sure. Yeah, but yeah, Asar was good, man. I thought he was good. He just, it's just incremental growth. Just get a little bit better across the board, and just get that consistent jump shot. Keep with the playmaking, just all the things he's doing right now. I see him getting better at all of them.
Yeah,
that's the thing. I see him becoming a better defender. I see him being a better playmaker, a better ball handler, a better shooter. All those, he's not even close to his ceiling, and he's already doing this. It's just scary. Go ahead.
And we talked about it in the roundtable too. Like Ron, he hears feedback and he immediately kind of improves it. Asar is more of a with experience kind of learner. So I think we don't put pressure on him to jump to these things right away. It's just like, hey, as your game develops, let's add this to it slowly. I think that's what worked best for him.
Yeah,
and
I agree.
People learn differently. So I agree with you. I think that he can definitely improve his game. I think it'll just be more gradual, which is totally fine because he's young. And so the graduality of it all is crazy. I mean, he was out for like a majority.
He missed time, 8 months with the blood clot.
And a blood clot. So it wasn't like it was out and I can work out in the off season. No, he could not. He had to come back super slowly. He had to be super cautious. So when people compare him and Amen, like their games are similar, but they are different. But also Amen has had more time in the league to adjust to it. We're starting to see that now with the SAR. So
and Amen, when they played together before they came to the NBA, Amen was the point guard and Asar was the wing.
Oh, true.
So it's going to take Asar more time naturally to learn how to play point guard.
And his handles
at times
been better. His decision making and his handles have been better.
Right. We've seen the jumps. We've seen the jumps.
Are you kidding?
Right.
Great job, Asar.
Right.
Happy
100%. 100%. And shout out to coach too for finding ways to implement him slowly and put him in position to be successful. So he's comfortable. Shout out to coach.
Even if it's off track from what they wanted from their season goals. Like their season goal was to make him primary. Now that we have Jenkins, they've moved him off of that. There's no pressure. It's looking a lot better like Asar is. And like I said, I feel like because I told you, like if he starts the game strong, I feel like he finishes the game strong. But today he didn't start the game strong, but he still finished the game strong. That's huge to me as well. As soon as he made that assist, I was like, oh, this is an Asar game for the rest.
No, you're right, because he said that himself. Like he usually has pretty good offensive output or at least efficiency if he's making plays efficiently to start the game. That's why we see him pick up those early fouls. He's just trying to get himself going on the offensive end by getting going on the defensive side, right? But he's just letting the game come to him more and not being so overbearing and trying to make a play that's going to potentially hurt you. And he's doing that less and less now. So, yeah.
I appreciate you guys, too, keeping me in check. Some people said he had some clutch ones.
He would make him in clutch situations. I remember, like, real quick, like when the Lakers played the Celtics in 2010 in the finals, right? In Game 7. I don't think he hit a three all game, even took one all game. Lakers took the lead, and he just, hey, she got her Joe D. I got my
He called me lighter than Lambeer, and I disagree as someone who's very light.
I'm dead. But no, y'all remember that game when Rondo hit that clutch 3 against the Lakers in that Game 7 from the corner, fading away? Like he would make him in clutch moments, but you're not relying on him to knock him down consistently.
Maybe that's what I remember of him. It's
Okay.
more of the highlights I saw later in his career and post career. But
yeah, okay.
I just do remember him driving me insane. Like I just do remember him, Babyface Davis, and Jermaine O'Neal. I just wanted to punch in the face.
Oh, Big Baby.
I hated Big Baby Davis. I hated him with a passion.
That's hilarious. I couldn't stand him either.
Than Cat? It's close.
It's close. It's close. I'll probably still get a nod to Cat just because of how the game is played now.
I've hated
probably stood out more because he was one of the only ones back then doing it. Like, what are you doing, bro? Like, chill. But yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you. That's funny. All right, guys. Yeah, Joe Dumars. Throwback jersey. All right, boss. Let's keep it moving. Let's keep pushing. Let's go to Uncle T, Tobias Harris in this game. Tobias Harris, guys, finished with 11 points on 4 for 16 shooting. He couldn't knock down any shots, really, except for early in this game. 1 of 5 from 3, 2 of 4 from the free throw line, 5 assists, 2 turnovers, and a steal in the block for 2 stocks in 32 minutes, boss, for Uncle T. What'd you see? What'd you like?
I did not realize he shot 16.
I didn't either. That's a lot of shots.
1 from 5 from 3. That kind of explains it a little bit.
Yeah.
But I didn't realize he took that many. He was my vote because during the live stream we voted, who do you guys think is going to kind of take over the game, take the spotlight? For me, it was Tobias because I just thought that, especially with the way the game was going, the pace, that he would take over the half-court offense, which he started to do towards the end. When he realized who was on him, he backed them down. He got this shot. A couple of the shots, obviously were terrible, but he did Tobias things. I'm not mad at what he did out there. Only 2 fouls as well, because he's another guy that people can target. He mostly was on OG. 11 points, 10 rebounds, the double-double. The 10 rebounds, that's the most rebounds of anyone, guys. He had our most rebounds tonight.
Nice.
Tobias Harris. So his shot wasn't falling. Let me see how many offensive rebounds he had. He only had 1. He had 9 rebounds. So it wasn't like he was following his shot and getting that. No. He was contributing. He realized his shot wasn't falling, and he was contributing on the court, like we've mentioned with Duncan too, and other guys. Like if you're gonna, and LeVert even, like if you're gonna be out there, you have to be contributing in other ways if your shot isn't falling. So that just seems to be what he did, and the vet presence is huge. To have a steal on a block too is just phenomenal. 2 of 4 from free throws. Come on, Tobias.
Yeah.
That, but I'm not mad at it. I know that he can score more. It just seemed like his shot was off tonight, but what he did to make up for that.
There you go. That's where I'm at. To me, it seems like maybe they did, maybe they didn't, but either way, it seemed like he knew this game he missed the oop and he had a bad pass to Danis, let him out of bounds, let him right straight to a cameraman for his close-up. But it seemed like with Tobias, he knew he had to be babyface. Right? I was screaming, babyface Glenn Davis. Yeah, it seemed like Tobias knew in this game he had to get on the boards. Whenever you see him with 10 rebounds, it's like he knows. Because think about it, we're down JD, we're down Stu. He's the starting power forward. Parvy is the starting center, and your only other big is Tolu Smith, right? So it's like he knew, he understood the assignment. That's why we saw him. I think that's why most of his rebounds were on the defensive side, is he was trying to hold them to one shot as much as he could, so that way they can do what? Get out in transition and run. And we know that was the case because we even saw him trying to lead the break at times. I was like, please, bro.
We're not good.
Bro, yeah, like just I don't want to see a flat tire out there. I don't want to see him pop, So that was my thing with him. But on one play, he lost the ball, like leading the break, lost the ball. He caught it and got it to Cade, but he still was trying to. So everything you saw him doing was trying to just encourage how they want to play. If we can, let's get stops. Let's not allow a bunch of offensive rebounds, which they still got because they're just bigger. But you saw him trying to play the way they need him to play. Get on the boards, one shot, let's get out and run and get easy shots. And that's what he was doing. So, I was just hoping he didn't get hurt. Whenever I see him pushing the ball like that, I kind of get a little nervous.
Who did we play right before the Knicks? Was it the Hornets or did we have someone else? Or not before?
The Hawks, right? Was it the Hawks or the Raptors?
The Raptors.
Okay. Raptors.
Because I think that's what we said last time with Tobias too, is like he had a ton of rebounds. I think 8 or 9. Because he's just kind of aware of what's needed out there. He has been that solid vet presence. And I think that's why he tried to take 16 shots, because he wants to make sure, we get a lead. Because, you can't count some offensive teams out. When you're playing against an offensive team, you want to get get the lead and maintain it or grow it on certain possessions because, you just don't know what can happen.
Yeah.
So I just completely agree with you there that as the vet on the team, now we've seen it twice in a row where he's like, okay, I need to help these guys as much as I can.
Exactly. Good point.
He is our 4 when he's out there.
Exactly.
He is our power forward, which is a
So
help guy for the 5.
You got it.
So,
right.
Exactly. So yeah, he just did impressively there. And I mean, again, I saw an article today that said, or was it an article or a tweet or Reddit or something? Someone said, like, how did they treat Tobias it was an article. Like, how did they treat Tobias so badly? And people were like, oh, well, because we expected more for what we paid him. It's like, okay, well, I guess.
That's his fault.
Yeah, look at what he's doing for us. It sounds, he's definitely seems like a chemistry kind of guy. He leans into these. He's huge for these. He's showing these. What he's doing right now is showing these young guys that you need to contribute. Yeah. Even if it's not your comfort zone, you need to contribute and learn how to play all areas and do what the team needs. So
yeah, and you're not always like. Sometimes you're going to be asked to do things you don't usually do.
Yeah.
Like Tobias Harris is in no way, shape, or form a defensive-minded player or a defensive stopper. But if you need him to go out and do it, he's going to give you 110%. Right? So that's the thing. And as a vet, as a 33, 34-year-old vet who's doing that, leading by example, you have no choice but to fall in line. Yeah. Which is why it's so important that he's here, because he understands that as a vet, you got to do that sometimes. But also his voice is respected in the locker room. Right. So that's the key. And it's not like he's just a locker room guy. He's not playing. He's playing. Yeah. He's playing meaningful minutes and he's doing it. So it's going to make you look bad if you're not, if he can do it. And you were young, you were young blood over there. So it's just like, I just love that's the influence that he has. That's why I do think that somebody says, should we resign him? I think so. It's not going to be 26 million. But I think if they can bring him back on a reasonable deal because of what he brings to this team as far as leadership and just professionalism and just like to camaraderie, togetherness, yeah, I would.
And here's my thing with Tobias as well with that is I feel like he's playing well enough. He'll be in the middle. I think he will get offers from teams that are in a rebuild, and he will get offers from teams that want to push their already good team further. The difference is that, the team chemistry with our guys are off the charts. You can't say that about the Knicks. The Knicks have their Villanova guys, but you cannot say that about them.
And even then,
you can barely say it about the Celtics. Like you can. I know I'm not stalking their social medias. I don't know what they're like, but you can look at our team and see the chemistry. You can see it. Yeah. And so I feel like Tobias would factor in staying with us. And I could see him, working out a deal where he's here for a couple more years at a lower rate, where other teams might want him at a higher rate, but for shorter years.
Right.
I would love for him to retire as a Piston.
And he's got family here too. He's got ties here. He's got roots here. So I could see, especially since, his contract has been honored. He's pretty much started the whole way since he's been here. All these things. I think that will give him more initiative, even more so to work out a deal where we can kind of come to an agreement as far as that. I think it'd be great for the team too. Even if he's not starting, even if he's a backup for, or, he's there when you need him. Yeah, I think you got to keep him around. Yeah, definitely over Coach. Kojo.
Sure. I loved these guys too. I really loved Boyan. But yeah, I agree. Just the way that the team is right now.
It's just different now. Yeah.
And JB has mentioned it a few times, which someone did say that what I'm thinking of with how did the Sixers treat him so badly? It was JB. He said he's okay. I don't know how they treat him so badly because he's an amazing guy inside and out. I mean, a great player and an amazing person. Yeah. I do think that they will be mindful of, the fact that we have guys to pay coming up. Yep. And Tobias knows that as well.
He knows, right? Exactly.
But when you're at this stage in your career, he doesn't seem like a trophy chaser to me. Like, he's not just going to join a team to win. I think he wants to win it the right way and to be a contributor. If he stays with us, he gets meaningful minutes still, I believe. Yeah.
And I think I don't know how loud or quiet, but I think he does appreciate the fact that this fan base does support him. Mm-hmm. Because you saw visibly how hurt he was when he was saying, what was he saying? These fans would trade me for a crumble cookie. Like, he literally said that. Mm-hmm. So the fact that he would even say that shows that he was bothered by that. So I just think it's dope how the fans here aren't expecting him to be a superstar, and they're seeing the impact that he's having on this young team. This is a perfect situation, I think, for him, for young guys to be able to mentor. This is perfect for him. So I'm happy that he's getting the love that he deserves as Uncle T, as the vet. But one more thing, boss, on Uncle T. 5 assists.
Yeah.
5 assists. Like, we know he can get a bucket in the half court. We know he can do the things.
2 bad lobs. Or one bad lob and 1 bad assist.
Right. Yeah, he did lead. Yeah, somebody said he was trying to get Dennis Jenkins hurt. But I just thought, I like the playmaking. Like, there was one play out of the post he made when the double came in the half court. He found a start for a beautiful pass right underneath the hoop. Just playmaking, just secondary playmaking. We got guys in this team who can do that. Secondary playmaking. We saw Karis LeVert secondary playmaking. But we saw Tobias Harris doing it. We know Duncan Robinson can do it at times. So we have a lot of guys who can do that. Organic says Tobias is like a power forward version of Mike Conley, except Tobias is still good. Right. Mike Conley doesn't even play really for the T-Wolves. Is he still? He's still there, right?
They just re-signed him. They just got him off the waiver.
Brought him back. There we go. It's kind of like I was telling Lindsey Hunter's son, Caleb, I was saying that's exactly what happened to Lindsey Hunter when he got traded in that Rasheed Wallace trade. He was part of that package that got us Rasheed. He was put on waivers, and he was waived, and they brought him right back here. Same thing with Mike Conley.
I was just about to say, Tobias kind of reminds me of Lindsey Hunter in the fact that, like, however he's contributing, it's positive. Yeah. Like, we want him on our team because he's a great locker room, great off the bench, great if he has to start. I mean, Tobias does start, but he's just great all around, and he really, shows that he is for this city as well, which is how I view Lindsey Hunter. So
I agree, man. Yeah. So I think they probably will bring him back. I hope they do, because I just love what he brings to the team, man. He has these guys playing, and not even just him, but he just brings a level of professionalism, to this young, and showing these guys how to be professionals. Mouser, I agree. Lindsey Hunter was very,
and that's how I feel about Tobias, because when we signed him back, people were like, "Why?" And that's what we're saying.
100%. I agree. All right, boss. We'll leave it there, Uncle T, man. Good stuff from him, man. Let's move it on now to B-ball Paul. Paul Reed tonight, guys. Finished with 18 points on 7 for 9 shooting. 0 of 1 from 3. 7 of 9, boss, from 3. 0 of 1 from 3. 4 of 4 from the free throw line. 7 boards, 2 assists, 1 steal, and 3 blocks, boss, for 4 stocks in 29 minutes, man. B-ball Paul, bro.
Disgusting.
Go ahead, boss. Take off.
Disgusting. He played less time than Cat, and has a little bit less of a line because of that. Shot way better than him as well. 7 of 9. That's disgusting, B-ball.
Yep.
What? And if you made that 3, be 8 of 9.
Yeah.
You were someone that I wanted to find open on the perimeter if we were having trouble scoring, because Cat, I don't know, he was just getting, I don't know if Cat could run from the post to the perimeter the way that B-ball can. And so I just thought, I think if Cat started scoring more from the perimeter, then we would see B-ball more too. I think if he had a couple more threes, he would have at least drained 1. But obviously thrilled with what he was able to contribute. Just incredible. He had huge rebounds at timely moments. Again, only 7, but he split them up: 3 offensive, 4 defensive. Yes, he got into some foul trouble. He had no turnovers, which is something that Paul Reed has kind of struggled with this year. And he had none. When he made the foul, especially against Cat on that 3, he always does when he's disappointed in himself, because he understands his role.
Yep.
And this was a quiet 18, in my opinion.
It was.
I pictured him more with 12, is what I saw in my head, just from like what he finished at the rim and everything.
Yeah.
3 blocks was incredible. He had Cat on the floor. I mean, Cat falls to the floor on purpose, but the 1 block he had on Cat, that put him on the floor. That wasn't it was amazing. And look, 18 and 7, it's not far behind Duren's numbers. Duren's just now starting to average 20-10 games. So this is incredible for a guy who's our 3rd string center to step up and do on national TV against a team with 2 very good centers. I prefer Mitchell Robinson over Cat, just in the way he plays. Yeah. But these are still guys that are, Cat's an all-star, and Mitchell Robinson's a great defender, just like our guys, all-star and great defender.
Right.
And Reed was able to do that. The fact a lot of their scoring was in the paint for the Knicks. And it's just because, they were able to move. It wasn't because lack of effort. It was not because of lack of effort from B-ball and from Tolu. It was because of some switches, some size differences. He just played so well. And again, a guy who's in foul trouble that still played aggressively. Danis, him, Tolu, Cade, still blocking fouls or still blocking shots, still blocking people and going for and trying to slow them down, knowing that they're in foul trouble. So
exactly.
I mean, I love B-ball Paul, and I have nothing.
That's your guy.
I just couldn't believe that, I saw his points and I saw his first 3, the point, 3 rebounds, assists. 4 stocks is amazing. That's awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. Awesome. Absolutely. Do you remember what I was saying to you during the live stream? We were watching the game when I saw him standing next to Cat.
Oh yeah. I do.
I said, yeah, go ahead.
You said, doesn't he look bigger than last year?
Yeah, last year in the playoff, we've talked about it, guys. It's well documented what I've said about that. He gave the same energy and effort last year that we're seeing right now. He looks like a more polished player, but as far as effort, same thing as last year. The difference was he just wasn't big and strong enough to be able to handle those guys throughout the game. You would see him getting knocked off a spot, getting pushed out when he's trying to box out, getting position. You're not even Cat sometimes was overpowering him a little bit, getting to the rim, but not this year. He's put on some strength. He's been in the weight room. You can see it. And even though he's not still as big as Cat, because Cat is just wide and just a wide guy, but you see he's able to hold up way better now. He can hold up now. And I think that's the difference. That's why we saw that block. When you said he was on the ground, we didn't see Cat in the ground last year when B-ball Paul was guarding him, right? Foul or not. But now you're seeing the physicality being matched with the strength. He's strong enough to say, hey, you ain't going to push me off my spot no more, bro. I'm here. And that's why he was able to get those blocks and contest those shots and make it hard for him. What are stocks? So Elton's stocks are steals and blocks combined. Yeah. So whenever we say, we've been saying it for a while, we probably just got used to it. My bad. But yeah, stocks are steals and blocks. So 4 stocks, 2 steals, 2 blocks, whatever.
He had 1 steal, 3 blocks.
1 steal and 3 blocks. Okay, gotcha. So yeah, 4 stocks. It just saves a few syllables. That's all.
Yeah, it's new. It's becoming more of a regular term in the NBA, but it hasn't been around forever. So I didn't know what it was at the beginning of the season either.
Yeah, but I just loved seeing that, because that was the one thing last year. I'm like, man, he was just a little bit stronger. Remember they got to that scuffle and Cat was pushing. I'm like, bro, man, it just made me mad. It made me so mad. I know Stu had to be fuming on the bench, right? But it's just nice to see him be able to hold his own now and pretty much hold him to a standstill as the 3rd big man on this team, which is crazy to say. Y'all are hilarious with all these. I agree, 100%.
I completely believe the Lakers. They tried to come for Duren last year. They're going to come for B-ball Paul in the offseason.
They will.
B-ball Paul for 1 more year on his contract, so nobody worry. Nobody panic. I looked it up because I wanted to make sure, but they're going to call about him.
Yeah. Vulture says, almost like Stu was in Reed head before the game. Was like, hey, man, do this. Right. Hey, do this. Hey, attack him this way. Do this. Position this way. Right. It does kind of seem like that the way he played. Great stuff, man. It was a few things I was paying attention to defensively. I'm like, come on, bro. And he knew it. You mentioned it already. But y'all know whenever there's a 4-point play the Pistons give up, I always got to highlight it because I just hate seeing that. Yeah. And B-ball Paul got one tonight. We've seen guys all year get them, right? But B-ball Paul got it. He knew it. Jumped out too far. Took the wrong angle trying to block the shot. To that, and then also in the next play, he didn't get back defensively. He let Cat beat him down the floor defensively. I'm like, come on, bro. And he knew it. He was mad. He went straight line to the bench, called timeout. He already knew what was up. But those are the only things I gotta say that I noticed that were like not great. But other than that, he was great. His awareness is, I think Danis Jenkins found him late in the shot clock off a broken play, and it wasn't really like he could get an easy shot. He just caught it and got it up because he knew that he probably looked at the other shot clock on the other court or the other rim and saw we got 3, 2, catch right up. Like he didn't waste any time.
The backboard. He was behind the backboard on a side spot, which is the hardest to do because you can't see the back of the rim, so you have to just aim it perfect and got it. Yeah. I mean, and look, also
he's just good, man.
The mistakes that he made tonight, he was so hard on himself because he doesn't make those.
Right.
They aren't B-ball Paul mistakes. So he had a fantastic game, but he maybe wouldn't be super proud of it, in my opinion.
Right. I just saw, wow, Mauser. Ooh, this one hit deep, bro.
Wow.
Ooh, so you guys know the guy I wanted last year at the trade deadline was Naz Reid, right? If you guys have watched Minnesota, you know who Naz Reid is. He's great stretch, quick release. If you saw the scuffle last year, you know who he is, right? All that stuff. I have to revisit this now because I think this is a very valid argument now.
Mm-hmm.
Is Paul Reed better than Naz Reid? That is a great. We'll come back to it, but I think that's a great. The thing, we haven't seen Paul Reed get as many consistent opportunities because Naz Reid is playing 25, 30 minutes a game. I think if Paul Reed got that, he could do that. I ain't gonna lie to you. I think he could be a 6th man of the year candidate if he got enough opportunities. Could Paul Reed, like Naz Reid got? Go ahead.
Naz Reid, when I picture Naz Reid, it's corner threes too.
Yeah.
And threes in general. And again, B-Ball Paul can shoot those threes, but in games like this, he is relied on in the post. And when Naz plays with the Timberwolves, he's not the center usually.
Okay, he's okay.
He will come in for Gobert, but usually he plays the 4. Okay. So I think if B-Ball Paul was in with Duren or with Stu, if that was a 2 big lineup that we could utilize, which we do want to bring the 2 big lineup and rotate all 3, that'd be fantastic. Mm-hmm. I think that he could be there as well if that was the kind of plays they were running. I'm not ready to say that he's better than Naz, but I wouldn't put him out of competition. He's also young compared to Naz, and cheaper compared to Naz.
Right.
So at this point, he definitely deserves more. But yeah,
B-Ball Paul.
Yeah,
B-Ball Paul. I love it, man. That's dope. That's a great comparison, Manager. I like that. All right, guys. Great game from him, though. I thought he was great, man. I thought he was great, and I think he's going to be even better over these next few games. More opportunity, more reps, more consistency. He can settle in and just play. Yeah. And I think he's going to be getting more national attention, media attention, and on social media and all this stuff. I think you're going to hear more and more about Naz Reid. Last thing, pre-game, on First Take, Kendrick Perkins was talking about how this has to be the game where Cat goes off. This has to be the game with no JD and no Stu. This has to be the game when Cat goes off. And then he paused and said, and no disrespect to Paul Reed either. I'm like, come on, no, you already said that. You can't no disrespect. Don't walk it back now. But Paul Reed stepped up and showed you got to account for him too, bro. So
what they can argue is that Cat got 3 more points than B-Ball Paul. He also got to the free throw line 2 more times than him. He got 4 more rebounds. Fine, but that's your starting center. 2 more assists. Okay, so he did it, but that's our 3rd string center. You were their starting center.
Yep.
This is and I said at the beginning,
how deep we are.
If the Knicks have to blow it up, I don't know if I said it on here at the live pod. If the Knicks have to blow it up, Cat's the first one to go.
I have to agree. Especially with them trying to be a defensive team. Mm-hmm. Yeah. You saw how annoyed Victor Wembanyama was when Scotty Barnes made that 3 in the All-Star game, because they said in the huddle, stay home. Don't give up a 3. If they have a dunk, give it to them. Don't sag. Don't leave your man. And guess what Cat did? Twice. That's why if you watch that game, if you go watch the highlights again when Scotty Barnes hit that 3, you'll see Victor going like this. That's why he's doing that, because the defensive awareness just was not there. So give me Paul Reed, bro. The things that he's doing right now we're so deep, bro. Our team is really scary. I don't even know if we really understand how good this team is going to be yet, which is crazy.
They keep surprising me, even when I'm trying to give them excuses already. If we lose, it's okay. We're still going to play our way.
Right.
All right. B-Ball Valanciunas. Yeah, but I will say, B-Ball very well mirrors the centers that he is playing for. Valanciunas very much mirrors the center that he is playing for.
That's true.
Reed plays more like Duren and Stu. Valanciunas plays more like Jokic. So they're both good.
Yeah.
If you switch them, I don't know how they would be, but on their respective teams, they're both really good.
Point.
As people, I would choose B-Ball Paul. I do like Val, except
I don't like Val.
I like Val as a Nuggets fan. I did not like watching him and Stu battle it out. I was like, bro, Stu
and get him out the game. I don't like that.
Eubank.
Get
out of here.
Not a fan. But I'm good on Valanciunas.
I don't mind him, but
I get why you. Yeah, I get it. I get it.
But again, they do kind of mirror the centers that are there, in front of them, who they're expected to play for when those centers are resting. So.
Yeah, I agree with you for sure. It's like the pace. It just the game stays the same when those guys come in. I agree with you. But Paul Reed, man, good game, bro. And we're gonna see much more of him going forward, boss. All right, Let's move. Somebody said Paul Reed over Don Reed. I'm dead. That's hilarious. Shout out to Don Reed, man. All right, guys, let's move. Y'all are hilarious with these names, bro. Y'all coming out of nowhere. Shawarma, I'm seeing y'all crazy. All right, let's move to the bench, boss. Let's hit some reserves in this game. Let's start with Tink. Danis Jenkins in this game, guys. Tonight, Danis Jenkins finished with 8 points on 3 for 4 shooting. 2-2 from the free throw line, 2 boards, 2 assists, 3 turnovers. A little high for him. Don't want to see that. 18 minutes though. How do you think he played in this game? It's kind of an interesting game for Danis, I would say.
Yeah, I was ready for him. I really wanted to see more of him versus Alvarado. I thought they would have matched up super well. He got into foul trouble fast. He had that silly offensive foul.
Yeah.
Then a defensive foul. The offensive foul was legit. Then a defensive foul that I was like, why are you calling that kind of thing? Just the way that the game was going, why are you calling that? And then another offensive foul that I was like, no way. So he should only have 1 foul, but he got into foul trouble fast, and that's what cut his minutes. I think he would have been over 20 if needed. But I can't be mad at 3 of 4. Like, it's not like he got 8 points off of 3 of 9, 3 of 10. He got 3 of 4. He made the right decisions, 2 rebounds, 2 assists. No stocks, no steals or blocks, which surprises me a little bit. Not surprises me, but it wasn't an off game, but we know that he can do better. I would say the turnovers were more off from him. It feels like they were able to figure his game out a little bit. I would have liked to see him try some. He didn't even attempt a 3-pointer tonight. He was someone I was like, oh, let's get him going from 3. The buckets that he did have, though, were phenomenal. He had a dunk, assist from Cade. He had that really nice reverse. Was it a reverse layup or just a layup?
Yeah, I think it was a reverse.
But
Paul had a reverse layup, I think. We got fouled.
I think he did too, because Ron had one.
Okay. Ron had. Yeah, you're right. Okay.
But it was through traffic and stuff. He just, when he did play the majority of his minutes, they were later in the game, and that's when he popped off. Like, if that's how he had started the game, I think the stats would have looked a lot different. But I'm not mad at it. Like, again, 3 of 4, not mad at it. He played a good defense, especially after he had 3 fouls. And we talked about it too. He was still aggressive against people, even with those 3 fouls. He didn't let guys fly past him, because you've mentioned it, like Cade, when you say that his defense isn't matching him, or it looks like lackadaisical. That's when you feel like he's having an off game, or when he's in foul. Jenkins was still just playing out there, just be like, no, I'm still going to play them physically. Probably because 2 of the 3 fouls were kind of BS. And he's like, well, I mean, I'm still going to play. If the whistle blows, and the whistle blows, but not mad at him. I know he can do more, but still a good game overall in terms of efficiency. The turnover is not great, but that's really it. And it's not like we ended the game, guys, with 14 turnovers total. So turnovers weren't even
it's not terrible.
Big issue between him and Cade and Danis combined had 8 of those. So there's just point guard things. Okay. So yeah,
not mad at that. Yeah, the 3 fouls were, it was tough because one of those, we talked about it, boss. He kind of got, from what I saw, he got pushed right. Ref took him out the game. He got pushed in the back. Kind of got like a shove that wasn't called. He was trying to block out. He didn't like that. He didn't appreciate that. And
Alvarado was the one that was reaching that one time.
Yeah, that was after, but he was trying to box out on this play, and somebody put their forearm in his back, and he didn't like that. So on the ensuing play, Cade's bringing the ball up, and Danis is trying to set a screen, and he tries to get him back. He tries to give him a little extra. So that was a foul, right? It was a foul. He just got caught with his hand in the cookie jar, right? So that was and that was the first foul.
He admitted.
Right? He knew it, but that was the first foul. So after that, he got another one after that. Now it's like
it was the next possession.
The next possession, you got another one. So I'm kind of like, be careful, but it's kind of like the Stu thing, not to that level, but it's kind of like these guys want to show everybody they're not taking anything from anybody.
Yeah.
It's across the board. Mm-hmm. It's like you okay, I'm gonna get my get back. Okay, even JB, he's like, oh, that's how he calling the ref? Okay, we'll get it back, and he gets teed up. Like everybody's like that. He encourages everybody to be that way. You don't want it to bite you to where you can't be as effective as you want because you're not available. Right. But at the same time, I'm not mad at him just being a dog. You know what I'm saying? You got to be smart with it. Right. You can't put yourself in a situation. He did well. He didn't get a foul, I don't think, like the whole third quarter. But I just like that they're all doing that. We'll get to him. Devontae Green at time barking. Like Cade obviously barking. Like everybody is doing that. and they're backing it up with their play. So I'm not even mad. If he would have fouled out early in the fourth quarter, then I'd have been like, oh, we really got to watch this, as far as how we were approaching it. But for him to do that, keep his composure, and still be effective defensively, like you mentioned, play through it, I'm okay with it. Watch it, but be careful to watch it. But I love the dog. I can't even be mad. I can't even be mad.
Beastly Arrow, you guys hear Dennis on the Hawkeye on the rim? We didn't. So let us know what he said, because that's hilarious.
Yeah, I didn't know what he said.
Yeah, what did he say? Exactly that. And, it was just kind of just a thing of like, what I've appreciated about our guys, whether it's Cade, Danis, Paul, B-Ball, like in previous games, they might have gotten into foul trouble early, but they haven't fouled out. Like they're still good. And look, he didn't get a lot in the third, and that's what made me excited, because I mentioned it in our live stream. Like, now we can play whoever in the fourth, Tolu, Danis, whoever we want. If they foul out, it's okay. Just go play with your heart, and that's what Danis did do. Again, he was starting to pick it up later on. I think that the foul trouble kind of just qualmed him, a little bit. To me, again, with some of these guys like Duncan and Danis, like I'm like, pop off on Saturdays, Kings, like know, and to come in and not commit another foul when they were kind of calling fouls for the Knicks in the third. Exactly. And it just told me that you were staying in front of your guy, because we all know that Danis can also play both ways. So he was making the right decisions then. And again, this is kind of a game where 3 or 4 for 8, we're not mad at it. But that he's not, if Danis, he's not going to be happy with his output. He's going to want to do better. Of course. And, to call this a negative game for him, or a bad, not as great
a minus game. Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was game for him for sure.
It's still, but he still contributed, and he contributed in ways that mattered. So, he'll be just fine. And I think I love it when we have these kind of games where some guys just pop off completely, and some guys have some stuff to learn from, like B-Ball, like Tolu, like Danis, and we're just going to see them bounce back incredibly, I think.
And one thing he is going to have that he didn't have the first half of the season is consistent play. Consistent minutes. We know the first half of the year with his contract situation, how many games does he have left? Why is he only playing 5 minutes? And he's might as well not even play him, all these different things. It ain't going to be no more 5-minute games for Danis Jenkins the rest of the year. He is the backup point guard for this team, right? I saw that too, yeah. He's going to get minutes.
I love
that's the difference. That's why he's going to be better. He's going to get more comfortable playing with all these guys. And you're seeing when he has enough minutes, he's able to be effective. But I did like what Charles said. That alley dunk, I woke the neighbors. I ain't mad at you, bro, for sure. I mean, I probably did too, low key. It's nice to see when your point guard or your guard can go and get lobs like that. Like he's 6'3", maybe 6'2", 6'3", going up top and going to throw it down. That's crazy. You don't see that every day, man.
Right, this is crazy. I just want to, because I know the Celtics are playing the Warriors. The Celtics were up by 20,
and now they're out.
Now they're only up by 5 with.
Oh shoot, no Steph either, right?
Yeah. Okay. They're up by no Steph. They're up by 8 now, but with 6.5 minutes left. So.
Okay. You keep an eye on that for sure.
That'll be interesting.
Marvin says, Deuce, Danis Jenkins or Will the Thrill Bynum? Who's more of a spark? Danis Jenkins.
Yeah.
Danis Jenkins. I love Will Bynum, right? Danis Jenkins defensively is better, first of all. He's more consistent. Will Bynum was a super athlete. I think he was 5'9". 5'9". You always talk about Sass and how, sometimes guys try to pick on him. Sass is 6'1", 6'2". Will Bynum was 5'9", bro. That was one of the biggest issues with him was just defensively. Yeah, but he could get up off the floor. He had bunnies. It was crazy. It was some fun. Nate Robinson-esque type stuff he was doing, right? But that's what made it fun.
If you ever heard that TikTok sound, is baked bean, I built like a baked bean. That's how it is to me.
I don't think I've seen that one. I'll be TikToking is that what he says? Okay.
It's really old. I haven't been on TikTok for a long time, but it's really old. It's
okay. Yeah, I would take Danis for sure. I think he's just the better player. Phantom Darkness says, would you be able to get some former Pistons on this show to talk about the season and the team? We trying, bro. Hopefully, man. We done had Lindsay on a few times for sure. Tim Hardaway Sr. was on a few times, so we working on it. But yeah, y'all spread the word, man. Let them know. Reach out to them, DM them, hit them up. We're gonna do the same thing. But hopefully, we're working on that for sure.
Just know if we ever do, I'll be in tears the whole time. I'll be like,
well, we'll get your Kleenex because we're gonna try to do whatever we can to make that happen for sure. Because you're gonna be here. All right, guys, let's keep it moving. Let's go to real quick. You mentioned that foul, man, that they didn't call on him, where he was driving to the hoop. Alvarado grabs him, and he goes up for a layup, and they call an offensive foul on him.
Yeah, because Dana's
that was insane
after the reach-in. I think that's why JB did. First of all, it was a little too early to challenge, but also JB didn't challenge it because it's like, is it enough to turn over? But he reached in, and Danis was driving, and then Alvarado again, like.
That's crazy.
We talked about it during the live stream at halftime. I was like, we know that the Knicks, I mean, this is part of their game. It's disgusting, but it's part of their game is to make the fouls obvious. No one on our team does that. Like it's just play pure basketball. So I don't know.
Yeah, I agree. I'm sorry. These comments are hilarious. I don't even know the answers. If you had to sign one to the roster, Walter Sharp or Darko or Rodney White, who's the biggest bust? Just because Darko was number 2 is why he would be considered the biggest bust. Just because he was supposed to be a franchise guy. I do think he had talent though. Like Lindsay was even saying, he had talent. He had a lot of talent. He had no confidence with Larry Brown and all the guys ahead of him. I would probably take, especially in today's NBA, with this team, you never know what you might be to get out of Darko Milicic. I'm just saying. Funny question, but that's a good question. All right, guys, let's keep it moving. You know, y'all always trap me with those old school questions. You know I'm going to answer. That's why y'all ask so much. Go ahead.
I just want to update real quick. The Nuggets are down by 1 against the Clippers at the end of the third. But guess who the Clippers' leading scorer is tonight?
That's a great question.
He was traded there.
Who?
At deadline. Benedict Mathurin.
Okay. He's going to be good over there, I think.
Yes.
I think he's going to be good over there. That may be a good look for him for sure. So, good for him.
Yeah.
Good for B-Man. All right, boss. Let's go. Yeah, Thug, we already saw it. They already saw it in the chat. That's funny.
You guys spoiling.
Yeah, you already know. All right, let's get to Caris LeVert, boss. Let's keep it moving, man. Tonight, Caris LeVert, guys, finished with 8 points on 3 for 6 shooting, 2 of 3 from 3. 2 boards, 3 assists, only 1 turnover, and a steal and 2 blocks for 3 stocks in 20 minutes for Caris LeVert. So, boss, what were your thoughts tonight on Caris?
Look, okay. Caris missed his first 2 shots.
Mm-hmm.
And then he just realized, again, how we've called out other people, Tobias, Duncan. You got to contribute in other ways. And he contributed by passing the ball, by playing good defense. And the shots that he did make, he also, guys, tonight finished with 0 personal fouls.
Wow.
And he was on, I liked him on Alvarado too. The defender got around him a couple times. I think Brunson, got him too, but these are good players. He can stay in front of a guy, and he did great on switches. He was disruptive. He had 1 steal and 2 blocks. Like, that's incredible too, with 3 stocks there. Yeah. The shots that came when it mattered. He had that nice reverse. He had a good mid-range. He had the nice reverse, and then he had two threes. 2 big threes that helped us extend our lead late when they were kind of keeping it close. It helped us extend it to like, all right, as long as, we don't make any mistakes, we got it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And this is what we've been kind of asking of LeVert. And 8 points, I would like to see, maybe closer to 12. But I'm not going to, like, tonight, against an offensive team, his defense is what mattered most. And that's where he came through. And so I just give props to him. To only 1 turnover, which also isn't terrible. We talked about him playing better when he's playing off ball. Yep. And we even saw that tonight. There was a couple times where he did bring it up or they gave it to him right away and it didn't work out. But when he's playing off ball and either decides, to shoot it, to pass it, or to drive it, it works a lot better. So this is now the fifth game, I think, in a row where I'm good with Caris. I think he had a plus on this game. Yep. So he had the highest of plus minus of all the bench players tonight. So by a lot. He had 10, and the next was Jenkins with 5. So just a really, really great good night from LeVert for what he was needed for. And 20 minutes is exactly where we said we kind of wanted to see him. Exactly. So I think that he can also produce a little bit more in that time. But it is nice to see his 3 falling. This is the second game in a row where his 3s have kind of started falling.
And that's what we talked about. We've talked about that. We've said, like, defensively, he's pretty much been solid all year defensively. It was just the fact that his jump shot wasn't falling, right? And early, to be fair, he wasn't making great decisions with the basketball early. Like, he was turning it over. That's why he got the nickname Careless Lahurt, all these different things, right? Careless. But we're seeing him be more impactful on both ends now. He's making shots. He's making good decisions with the basketball. We talked about secondary playmaking. He also did a good job with secondary playmaking, right? Getting the ball in the paint, making the right pass to guys who were open, just doing things like he found Tolu for a nice dunk under the hoop on one play, right? Nice dime to Tobias Harris, right? And in the second half, he just knocked down big shots. He showed off what he can do offensively. He had some nice, also more dimes in the pick and roll. So he's becoming better and better as a playmaker. One thing Eric Vincent always says is you need your vets late in games to not hurt you, right? And earlier in the season, we're like, man, these turnovers, we don't need that right now. But lately, kind of like Asar, he hasn't really been hurting us the way he has when he has the ball in his hands, right? So that's a big thing for him. The biggest play for me in this game, he knocked down those 3 walls and those things, is when he picked poor Robin clean. When he plucked and picked Jalen Brunson clean.
And got fouled.
And got fouled and took it coast to coast. Yeah. That's a big play. You see Asari doing that kind of stuff. You see Ron doing that kind of stuff. It's nice to see Karras start to do that kind of thing too on both. So just a two-way play. It's not going to be at a level of two-way plays, Kay Cunningham, but if it's good enough, if it's to not hurt you and just to be impactful, yeah, I'm with it. And he's knocking down open shots. When he's on, his shot is butter. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah,
it's butter when he's on.
Agreed.
You know what I'm saying? So I just thought he played a pretty good game overall. He started off slow, but once again, we always said he's here for the playoffs. Like, when we get to the playoffs is when we're going to see the best Caris LeVert. If he can keep this up, this is two-way play, making plays in there, not forcing anything, and playing good defense on the primary guy like he was doing tonight, I'm with it. Yeah, give me more of it.
Let me just guess real quick what this is, because I guess there's a fight. I'm guessing it's between THJ, Brucey Brown, and Matherin.
Tunis, maybe?
Okay. No, I don't think so.
You say he's not like that usually, right?
No, just against
So you said who again? You said B Math for sure.
THJ and Brown against Matherin. That's who I'm going to guess is Ricky. But anyways, I agree. I agree completely. And again, like someone said earlier, let me find it. Oh yeah. Ever since we traded Ivy, he's been playing decent. He's not looking over his shoulder anymore. It kind of does seem like it was a little bit trade deadline stuff. And I don't know directly, to Ivy, but more just like, am I staying? Am I going? Maybe that's just something he needed to, because he probably, just the way, he's been in and out of games to start the season, then he had vertigo, all this stuff. He probably, wasn't counting being on the chopping block out. I think that if Trajan got a reasonable offer for LeVert, I don't know if LeVert would be safe. That kind of stuff. They can't promise anything to these players. So, but he is playing, a lot better. And like you said, once he's on, he's smooth. And we talked about that in the pod or in the live when he shot that 3 and B-Ball Paul was at the free throw line and didn't crash the glass, because B-Ball Paul saw LeVert backing up. He saw the smoothness. He knew it was going in.
Yeah.
We see him do the same thing when Wu's corner 3. They know when their teammates' shots are going in.
Right.
And so LeVert, if he could just maybe get going a little bit earlier on offense, but like
I agree.
Everybody was slow to begin. And he did come in and he was a little bit slow, but then like I said, he didn't take another shot until it was, kind of time for, once he took his next shot, he made it, and then he was good to go. So he was, not being, the decision making on this team is incredible. And we'll get to Ron, because Ron hit a 3 and then passed up a 3 because of his mindset and the decision making. So I do agree. And it was Val, so you were on point, Ben, and someone on the Clippers. Who is the Clippers big without Zub? Who is the Clippers big?
That's a good question.
Too much.
I'm not sure. That's interesting though. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not a Val fan.
Oh, it's
let me get to this real quick. PJP says, I might be crazy, but I think the Knicks pod was just throwing shade at you, Deuce. Laugh aloud. They sang Detroit basketball at the end of their pod. Hey, it's good to know we got an audience.
Yeah,
they can throw as much shade as they want, man. They can throw as much shade as they want. It's too bright over here. Pistons future's too bright over here for us to be affected by any shade. But thanks for watching.
Loki, come on. I would love to. Let's talk about our teams this season. Let's do it.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we will invite y'all along.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
But it's nice to know we have an audience.
Things to say.
They paying attention. You know what I'm saying? And I want to hear how that Detroit basketball sound more than anything. Because if it don't sound good and you doing it, you getting called out by yours truly. And I'm gonna leave that there. Anyway,
the iconic John Mason, by the way.
Yeah, for sure. You already know what it is. That's funny though. Thanks for sharing. Appreciate that. All right, guys. Let's go to Ron Holland, boss. See what Ron did in this game tonight, guys. Ron Holland finished with 7 points on 3 for 3 shooting overall, 1 for 1 from 3, 2 boards, 1 assist, no steals, blocks, or turnovers in only 12 minutes, boss. 12 minutes. Welcome back, Ron. Welcome back, bro. Go ahead, boss.
I don't know if it was so. Ron, guys, was out for the last few games for personal reasons. We don't know what it was, but he was back tonight. So I wonder if they were just trying to ease him in, because 12 minutes, even, with the SAR staying out of foul trouble and being able to guard Brunson, I didn't expect low minutes like this from Ron, but I'm okay with it. 3 of 3 for 7, 1 from 3.
No rush.
Disgusting. 2 rebounds, 1 assist. He didn't record any of these stocks, but I know he disrupted some. I know he did. He had 2 fouls. I know one of them, he was like, that's my bad too.
He had, real quick, he had like a strip almost block on a Jalen Brunson floater that that's what you saw. That looked like it could have been a steal or a block. Yeah. Yeah.
And he, didn't, do anything to put the team in jeopardy or anything. So to me, I'm more excited. I love Ron against Buzelas because they played together.
Yeah.
Drafted the same year. They're buddies. He posts pictures. They travel together in the off season, like good people. I really like Mates. That's who I thought we would get at the 5.
I was thinking that too, low-key. Yeah.
So
we did know.
I watched a bunch of Mates highlights and I was like, I like this guy. But I'm happy we have Ron.
I'm glad we got Ron.
Fit in. And I think that Chicago will build around Mates. So that'll be interesting. Yeah. But anyways, I think he'll have increased minutes on Saturday. But what can you say? You can't say anything negative about the stat line. 7 points for 3 of 3 in 12 minutes. I mean,
he played good defense too.
Yeah, exactly. I just want to say Alvarado had 6 points in 21 minutes. So
and Ron took a charge on Alvarado to stop that transition score. When Wu came out of nowhere and blocked the shot, that was great team defense. You didn't see both guys trying to go for the block while the other guy's wide open. Like, they understood how to play good defense as a team. One guy set up for the charge, and the other come behind if the charge isn't taken and swat the shot. That's how you play together. And I love seeing the Grit Bulls do stuff like that. It's awesome.
I love your name for them, the Grit Bulls, too, because that was on our poll as well. And I mean, Wu, Ron, and Asar combined definitely did huge things for us tonight.
Yeah,
so I know Ron was probably itching to play. I saw his bench reactions. That was another thing when Danis got to the basket, when Cade threw down his dunk. Ron was in it. He's ready to be back. He's excited. I don't know if you guys saw, Ron also made a post. Him, Sass, and Jenkins went to Turks and Caicos together. Just great team vibes among the young guys. So I do expect us to see more of him on Saturday. Thrilled with his game tonight. I'm sure he is as well. I'm sure that he wishes that he recorded a steal or a block, because he really does take his defense seriously. So love
Chris said too. Ron is so dependable now. He settled down and takes what they give him and focuses on play. Yes, be a dog defensively and be opportunistic offensively. If that means in the half court, you're just cutting and finding open layups, or you're getting open threes, or defensively, you're just creating your own offense off your defense. That's Ron Holland. Yeah. And like King always says, get downhill and use your athleticism and get to the hoop and get to the foul line. And that's what he's doing. He's just focusing on the things that this team needs him to do that he's comfortable with. And that's all you can ask for. And to do it at the rate of 3 for 3 and hitting threes too, once again, incremental growth from all these young guys. Nobody's hit their ceiling yet, and we're running away with the East like this. Scary hours for the league, man. Scary hours for the league. And Ron's a big part of that. All right, boss. Let's keep it moving. Let's go to Javonte Savage. Can you whoa Green. So tonight, guys, in this game, Savage Wu finished with 9 points on 2 for 4 shooting. 1 of 3 from 3, 4 of 5 from the free throw line, 5 boards, 2 turnovers, and 2 steals in 20 minutes. What did you see from Javonte tonight?
Yeah, and he's definitely the one. He's the one that got me into the personal foul stat line, and he recorded 1 tonight. That's, if you didn't have 0, he was the next at 1. Everyone else had 2 or more.
Yeah,
fantastic. In 20 minutes, and again, that's kind of a quiet 20 minutes because he does his job on defense out there. This is just repetitive at this point. Like, he's just stays in front of his guy and makes sure that he doesn't score, doesn't get the ball. The 2 for 4, I'm thrilled with. The 9 for, he was getting to the basket and drawing the fouls more than anyone else on this team. I mean, he had the most free throw attempts with 5. He hit a 3 early. Love to see that. He did attempt 2 more, but one of them was like that one where I was like, Kate definitely hit the rim and they didn't reset the clock.
I saw that too. Yeah, that was crazy.
He had 2 chances, but anyways, that was again early in the game. What can you do about it? Still overcame and won by 15 is what you can do about it. 2 steals. Let's go. Let's go, Woo. So yeah, nothing. And
I like defense. Go ahead, finish. I
was just saying the rebounds are split, 2 offensive, 3 defensive. He did have 2 turnovers, which is not like him. I don't really know. I don't remember them though. Do you?
I don't either. I don't. Yeah, I do not. So, I was going to ask you if you remember them.
Do you guys? Remember?
Let us know if you guys remember. Yeah.
Were they off of the dribble? Were they passes? I don't remember. So I
just love how I said it already, man. I just love how these guys just all play with that dog, man. Whether they're undersized or what. Chris says, Mr. Say it with me. The Pistons won again. All we do is win, Coach. I like that. I like it, Chris. Coming with the fire per use. I like what Richard said, boss. He pushed Cat out of the post in the second. Right? He's giving up at least 50, 60 pounds to Cat. 4 or 5 inches to Cat. And in the post, when there was supposed to be a mismatch, he pushed him all the way out to the perimeter by the time Cat caught the ball. And Cat was trying to get physical with him because he was a little guy. And Wu was right there, not giving up any ground. And he knocked the ball out of bounds and starts barking at Cat. And you see Paul Reed like, come here, bro. Like, calm down, bro. It's cool. And right after that, JB was like, let's get Tobias back in here. Let's get Tobias in the game to guard. Yeah. But I just love it. He's 6'5", pushing Cat out to the perimeter, barking at him. Nobody's scared.
Do you remember
the inbound pass? Okay, I remember that. Yeah,
we looked down and we looked up what happened.
That was what it was.
Whatever.
That was when they got that score. Yeah, that was exactly. But yeah, so that wasn't great. But I just, as far as just that play, the individual play, I just loved how he wasn't afraid of at all. Like, he's physical. He's like, okay, you got size, but I got heart, bro. Like, you're not gonna score easy just because you're bigger than me. So I just love to see that dog, even though it got close to pushing to the edge. And that's why Paul Reed's like, all right, bro, let's chill. We good. I just love how everybody across the board has that same mentality. It's just beautiful to watch.
That's like, we don't see that from him often. I'm sure he has recorded a tech for us this season, but it's not coming to my mind. But we don't see him get so aggravated early, and it's for a reason. Like, when we see Stu do it, and we know Stu has heart, but that's who he is. Like, it's different for Wu. And even before the calm down, I think a few minutes earlier, I saw the chat going off about like, Wu needs to be quiet. Wu's just talking. Oh, because he was at the free throw line. He was talking to someone. And then he took his free throw. So I don't care. Talk your talk, Wu. Like, we're all gonna back you up. So just to have that heart when your enforcer is kind of missing it. And he was too. When Wu and B-Ball both kind of got into foul trouble, I was like, they're either gonna move Asar or Wu to the 5. And the reason that we would move Wu is for the exact reason that the commenter mentioned and you mentioned, is that he can push him off. He can find ways to make sure the ball doesn't get into the hands of someone in the post. And he's just.
You know how many people this year who have mistaken how tall he is? Most people who like when I talk to whoever about Javonte Green, well, he's 6'8", right? It's like, no, he's 6'5". He's 6'5". That just shows you how big he plays.
He's shorter than
every bit of 6'5". And he's able to guard guys bigger than him consistently because he's smart and he's strong. He just knows how to play the game. He knows how to play the game. So, yeah, he's 6'5", but having him be able to play the 4 at times like he did tonight against Cat is invaluable as far as your defense and what you can do with lineups.
Like, you're telling me, like, they're like, Cat, step up, and you got our wing. Our wing. You can't even get over him. Like, come on.
Right.
And so, Wu is one of my favorite players. There's just so many guys. Like, I'm just like, the minute we get through this, I mean, I need to get them now too. But like, the minute we get through this season and these guys are with us next year, I need a B-Ball Paul, a Danish Jenkins, and a Wu jersey ASAP. These are our bench.
We need a nickname for the bench. We need a nickname for the entire bench.
They're the Nasty Dogs.
Is it the Nasty Dogs? Is that the nickname for the bench?
But I think Jenkins, that's how he refers to himself.
He
And
was
those
saying the
guys.
whole team though. He said we all nasty dogs. I think he was saying the whole team. Just like how the Pistons had the alternators in 2001, 2002, 2003.
Mhm.
I think that they need a solid nickname. Chat, y'all let us know what y'all think about that.
What's a word for like when you have like no break? Like these guys are like they're not the B team. They're just like the next team in. They literally like when Jenkins comes in, he can do what Cade does. When Holland comes in, he can do what Asar does. When Wu comes in, he can do what Tobias does.
Yeah.
But a different ways. Tobias more offense, him more defense. Like they can do what these guys do.
Yep.
Curious. We'll have to come up
pass
with
the baton and they just keep on going like nothing happens. I got a song called Baton, by the way. Check that out, guys. Anyway, but I agree. We need a nickname for them, boss, for sure.
I like this.
Javante was great, man.
I like this, but Wu like Javante. WOO. The Wu-Tang.
Is there an actual spelling on how you spell his nickname?
I think
I thought it was WOO too.
Yeah, WOO. But I think if you did Wu-Tang but WOO Tang, I would do that.
Yeah, I ain't mad at that. Yeah. One where pub was coming like it's hilarious.
I love it.
Well, y'all play nice, man. Play nice.
The microwaves,
the microwaves.
Get them all
I can't call them microwaves because they can't all shoot yet. You know what I'm saying?
And I agree, Johnson is Vinny Johnson, but just get them
bench
all.
Starters.
Ooh,
I like the bench starters. That's fire.
Comment them here and comment them in the thing, and we'll also do a poll if there's lots to choose from because I already like a lot of what you guys are saying. So
let's come up with one, y'all. Let's come up with one. We can submit it. All right. Let's see. All right, let's go. Let's keep it going, boss. Let's go to our last player of tonight who played, Tolu Smith, guys. Tolu Smith got some bump. He played, let's see what he did. He had 4 points on 2 for 3 shooting overall, 2 boards, and that's it in 18 minutes. So what did you see tonight from Tolu, boss, in this game?
I was expecting more. I'm not gonna lie, but
I was too.
Go
ahead.
Because I talked to you about it because I was like, I think that this is gonna be Tolu's like kind of great game. He's on national TV. He's had a week to prep for this. Like, yeah, he was thrown into the last game against the Raptors without Stu and Duren, but like now he knows he's definitely going to get minutes with us, meaningful minutes in front. So I don't think he had a bad game. Again, nothing he did was costly to the team, but me and Deuce both kind of predicted a double-double because we know what Tolu can do. I wonder if it was a little bit mental in the opposite way. Maybe having to prepare and knowing that you're going on this big stage, maybe that was a little different than just coming off when needed, because we've seen him come in garbage minutes and put up 6 rebounds in like 3 minutes. You're like, what?
Yeah.
And I don't think they were necessarily boxing him out or anything. He didn't record a rebound for a while, but you mentioned it, so I'll let you talk about it more, and that you think that he just needs to get a little stronger. But he kind of got into foul trouble a little bit early too. But you know, he's kind of the guy, like, as long as his foul trouble wasn't so detrimental that where Paul Reed couldn't rest, then it is what it is. This is our 4th string guy.
Right.
But yeah, I thought he would put up at least, you know, closer to 8 to 10 boards tonight.
I agree.
But yeah.
He was playing against Mitchell Robinson and Cat. Those are 2 very, you know, big, thick, wide, however you want to say it, tall guys, right? And they play, you know, those guys are starters. Right. And you hit on it too. Vulture, I agree. He was giving everything he had against those guys down there. He's our tallest player at 6'11". He's really our only footer. Right. Devon said he tall, right? But yeah, here we go. This is it. 313 says Tolu earned his stripes. Time to get in the Stu weight room. And that's what I was saying. To me right now, Tolu reminds me, as far as his body and where he's at as far as that, his strength, he reminds me of Paul Reed from last year. Right? A guy who has a nice base, right? Who has a lot to work with, but he hasn't really transformed his body to that next level yet, to what he's going to need to be able to bang with some of these guys, right? And that's if he's going to play consistent minutes. He's, like you said, he's our 4th big man, so he hasn't really played a ton anyway. But I think if he wants to take that next jump, he got to get in the weight room a little bit, got to get stronger. There was a few times where Cat was just throwing bowls in his back and just knocking him down. Like, bro, what are you doing, Cat? But I think if he can do that, that'll help him be more impactful in the painted area, as far as having to not just always go over the top, but be able to, you know, move guys around and get boards and stuff like that.
He did have some good defensive stuff, because I remember us being like, good defense, Tolu, like during the live. And then again, he did had that foul overturned, that challenge, and Cat couldn't get around him. So that also speaks to something. Like Cat had to hook him to get around him.
For sure.
I think his footwork is good. I think he saves it for a defender is good. I think it is just a strength thing. And but again, like I think sometimes I just feel like if he just came off the bench and just got to play, I think that's when you play, when you know that there's kind of no other option except you and Paul Reed, because Isaac Jones was in street clothes, Klitman was on assignment. So those are your bigs. It can get to you, especially, I mean, he's playing at Madison Square Garden on national television.
Very true.
Like, and so he's probably just trying to be a little bit mindful of not getting into foul trouble, even though he still did. Maybe, that, because if you watch Tolu play in any other game, I feel like he could just run guys over. I feel like that's the kind of guy he is. So I do think there's just a little something to tweak, but he's still someone that I'm not worried about. Like, if Duren, for some reason came back from this break and needed another game off or whatever, I'm fine. I'm fine with Tolu still playing. Like, it's not like, again,
definitely help you.
And he did, even with foul trouble, he did help in a 15-point win with meaningful minutes. If he was just getting running over every time, that wouldn't be the story. So, but I do think, it wasn't his best game that we know that he's capable of, but it does, hopefully these kind of minutes helped him, because he is the guy. And you talked about it with him in his interview. That's kind of where I learned this about him too. Like, he is the guy that, like, the minute he wants to develop something new, he's in the gym working on it.
100%.
Like, he's always
going
trying
to work
grow.
his
He
tail
is
off.
not
100%.
complacent in his talent. He's always trying to get better. And it's for his own personal growth too. He has goals, of course, but it's just because he wants to be the best player that he can be. So, not terrible. The 4 of 2 even just surprised me. I thought just some of his presence, like I thought he had at least more rebounds or a couple more tap-ins and stuff, but he also had I think Cade threw him a bad lob too. He had some opportunities. And
bloody
he did
mouth and all.
He held it down. Yeah. He held it down.
Getting elbows to the face.
He held it down when you needed him to. He wasn't out there. Did he have a turnover? No. Okay.
Nope.
I'll take that.
I like what Devin said too. This is what I was going to say too. He was guarding JB on the perimeter, Brunson on the perimeter, moving his feet very well, contesting. JB made some shots, but he was moving his feet, playing very disciplined, keeping him in front while not giving him too much space to get off an easy shot. Like, he was just playing very sound. He does have good feet for a big man, right? So that's another thing that we can count on. When we need to, in a pinch, if we get caught in a switch on the island, it's not, you can still trust a guy to at least contest out there. So we have some pretty mobile bigs on this team. That's a big plus.
Like I said, great at staying in front of them. Just what it was just a little bit of either strength, maybe a little bit of both. Just some strength, because he does seem big, but next to Cat, he seems a little small. But either strength or just mindset of like, hey, even though you're in foul trouble and you don't want to put the team in detriment, you still just play aggressive, and that's all we ask, kind of thing.
Exactly. Yeah, I thought he was good. Vulture says, get him 20, 25 pounds stronger. He's the same, just like Paul Reed last year.
Terrified.
Same thing, right?
Terrified.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. Organic says his trench work was good, set good screens, box out, and defended well. Yep. 100%. I like it, man. Yeah, so I like what I'm seeing from all these guys. I just love how next man up, they're able to step in and just play a role. And they did that tonight for sure. Marvin says, bench name 04 had the alternators, but this year's bench should be the generators. Reminds me of how a generator kicks in when the power goes out. Ooh.
I like that.
I like that one, bro. I like that one. So I saw the bench starters. I saw one more. And I saw generators.
Grindhouse. You came up with grip bowls for a couple guys, but I think that could extend to the entire bench as well.
Grip bowls? Okay. Maybe. Yeah, keep them coming, y'all. Keep the comments coming. Put them in the comment box too, so we don't miss these. So we don't miss the ones that are live. Put them in the comments after this video so we can take account of them.
I'm gonna write them down as well.
Yeah, do that for sure. I like that though, Marvin. That's a good one. That's a good one. All right, boss. Anything else you got on Tolu? That's all I got for him, man. I thought he played solid.
No, I thought, congratulations, Tolu, for playing your first NBA game at MSG. Good job.
Yeah, for sure. For sure, man. Congrats to all you guys for doing what you did. Great game, man. Very good game from this team. Couldn't be happier to see this. It's scary hours for the league, man.
Did we get everybody?
Third straight. Yes, everybody. Herder didn't play. Herder did not play in this game, guys, which was interesting. So we asked before, who you guys think is going to play between Herder and Karras? And right now, but it could be just because Herder just got here, to be fair, right? You don't want to throw him in there right away when you don't need to. But I think they're just trying to make sure if and when he does get the opportunity, he's ready. No need to rush him into anything now. So I think that's the case what's going on with him. But yeah, I'm not concerned about that. We'll see what happens. But the way Karras is playing, if he keeps this up, JB knows him, so we'll see how that goes. Boss, you know what? We were going to get into some other stuff. I think we should probably save that for the next show because it's already 2 hours and 15 minutes in. What do you think?
Yeah, I think so too, guys. We were going to talk about Cade's GQ interview.
Yeah.
We're going to give you some time to read it because he had some gems.
There you go. There you go.
He had some gems of quotes in there that I would love to dive into more. So go read that if you want. They're also on the Instagram. Even if you go to Pistons Instagram, they're tagged in it. You can read some quotes easy there. And we'll talk about it on Saturday after the Bulls. So
it may be a shorter show as far as the recap so we can get to the article, right? Because that's the only reason we're not tonight because it's already over 2 hours. So we'll get to that for sure. Go ahead, boss. Finish up.
Yeah. I just saw this too. Saving Herder for Chicago game. I forgot. It's a reunion for Herder too.
It is for him too. Yeah. It is for him too. So, okay.
We'll see. Yeah,
all right, guys.
You hope Ivy plays because he was a healthy scratch tonight. So
right. Yeah. I got to look into see as to why that was, especially since he was starting when he first got there.
Yeah.
Crazy. Okay. All right. We'll look into that for sure. Guys, we will leave it there. Up next, as boss mentioned, are the Chicago Bulls this Saturday. We'll get our first look at Jaden, hopefully, in the Bulls uniform, which sounds so weird to say. Look at Jaden Ivey in the Bulls uniform. It's so weird. I'm still
as someone from Chicago, I'm disgusted. I hate the color red. I like red with blue, but red by itself, disgusting.
Yeah, I need you to flex that jersey real quick one more time. That Joe D jersey. Hey, Joe Mars. All right, guys. But yeah, so we'll see if we get a chance to see J.I. on Saturday. From what I'm being told, he is settling okay. Just continuing his recovery, trying to get back to 100%. So we'll see if we get a chance to see him.
Yeah.
But guys, we appreciate you guys for showing up, showing out as you guys always do. It's almost 1 o'clock in the morning, and y'all are still almost 200 deep in here. So we appreciate you guys. We appreciate all the love and support you guys have provided us tonight, man. Everybody from Attila to Dom to Elton 3 times to Clara. All you guys, man, and everybody who just commented, who just showed up. Right? We appreciate all you guys. Yeah, everybody. We can't do everybody. We'll be here till 3 in the morning, your time. So we'll leave it there, guys. We really do appreciate you guys, man. And we will see you guys come Saturday night. So make sure you guys smash that like button and subscribe if you are new. And you guys, hope you have a great night. And y'all know the drill, man. Detroit versus everybody. Peace. BTA.
All the dirty work, all dog. I'ma dive on the floor, go try to block every shot, and I'ma be physical with you the whole game. You know Stu gonna be physical with you. When you think of the Pistons, you think it's just hard work and just gritty basketball. That's just the identity you gotta have when you put on that jersey.
I'm not your average breed of King 9. Not a good dog, I'm bad boy for life. I set the tone, don't care about no tick. Let it be known, I get my respect. Come in the lane and see I don't bluff. If you retaliate, that's on ya. Talking pundits, I hear you're ashamed. Talking that shop, you must want this way. If the dog palm, mess around, find out, If the dog palm, mess around, find out, For some barbecue sauce, boy, you better cough a hill, cause I'm like that. When you're real for some barbecue sauce, boy, you better cough a hill, cause I'm like that.